All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome to yet another NBA basketball game. I'm your host, Carson. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Let me fix my webcam for you really fast. That'd be a good idea to pop that up on the screen tonight, man. Detroit Pistons basketball back in action once again. Appreciate you guys all tuning in to the show tonight. If you guys are on the live stream or the replay after the game, we got Chicago Bulls, we got Detroit Pistons. Pistons are rocking their all-city edition details, kind of like a teal and black combo on the court tonight. Pretty sick. I like the color combo as well at the court. Kind of retro-y 80s, 90s look style, so I'm liking it, man. Pistons are depleted heavily tonight on offense. A lot of guys missing due to injury. No Isaiah Stewart. No Jalen Durham. No Asar Thompson. No Cade Cunningham. There is a lot of guys injured in this game. Cunningham, Duran, Harris, Ivy, Sasser, Stewart, and Thompson. The tip-off is underway, and we are ready to rock and roll, man. Chicago Bulls with the basketball back outside to Nikola Vucevic trying to work inside to Matis. Matis gets it back outside and turns it over. Pistons basketball coming back the other way. Pistons are rocking with Duncan Robinson, Dennis Jenkins, Paul Reed, Ron Holland, and Javonte Green for the starting five for tonight. So very interesting lineup here that JB Bickerstaff is going to have to work with on the game tonight, man. Duncan Robinson at the top of the key. Spot-up jump shot is good. Pistons strike first. 3-0 basketball lead over the Chicago Bulls. Duncan Robinson getting his first hoop of the game, and the Pistons strike first 3-0. Bulls back the other way. Mates Bazula is coming back the other way. Drives inside, left-handed layup, no good. Duncan Robinson back the other way for the Pistons. Here come the Pistons. Duncan gives it back up to Ron Holland. Ron Holland looking to drive inside, left-handed layup, no good. Paul Reed with the offensive rebound. Back outside to Duncan. Thought about a three, gets it back outside to Paul Reed. Paul Reed working on Vucevic. Paul Reed trying to find the open man. Gives it back to Dennis Jenkins. Jenkins thinking about shooting it. Step back, jump shot, three. No good, off the mark, boarded by Mates Bazulis. Here come the Bulls back the other way. Bulls driving, kicking, blocked by Paul Reed. It's going to stay here with the Chicago Bulls, and we got still a 3-0 basketball game here. But appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. What's going on, everyone? How we doing? How we doing? Pistons and Chicago Bulls live tonight from Little Caesars Arena on this Wednesday evening, and we're going to see if the Pistons, with very, very little depth tonight, can take down the Bulls. Vucevic inside mid-range jump shot is good, and the Chicago Bulls have their first bucket of the game tonight. Pistons 3, Chicago Bulls 2, 10:24 left to play here in the first quarter. Duncan Robinson for 3. Gets it to go. Duncan Robinson 2 for 2 from the three-point line. Top of the key buckets. And the Pistons take a 6-2 lead here, coming back the other way. Here come the Bulls. Turned it over, steal the other way. Here come the Pistons. Dennis Jenkins with the basketball. Jenkins looking to drive on Bazulis. Back outside, top of the key. Paul Reed for 3. Hits it to go. 9-2 Pistons. How about 3 straight threes from this Pistons bench tonight, man? Looking good so far. Paul Reed and Duncan Robinson with threes all over the place. Bulls back the other way. Bazulis with the basketball. Gets it back outside to Herter. Herter working inside. Gets the layup to go. And the Chicago Bulls cut the deficit down to 5 here. Dennis Jenkins back the other way. And he's going to be fouled on the play. On the floor. Bulls, they do not have Josh Giddey tonight, their starting point guard. So he was out. A lot of game time decisions tonight for the Pistons and Bulls tonight. But, yeah, Billy Donovan, 11th season as a head coach, working with the Chicago Bulls this year. And the Bulls, man, had an impressive start to the season. The Pistons actually lost to the Bulls first game of the year, and they're trying to get revenge at home tonight. Dennis Jenkins with the basketball, working inside on Nikola Vucevic. Dennis Jenkins, spin around, working outside. Back to Duncan again for 3. Gets it to go. Originally missed it. Got a really friendly roll. And Duncan Robinson is 3 for 3 from the three-point line tonight. Vucevic working inside on Paul Reed. Back outside to Kevin Herter for 3. Herter off the mark. Boarded by Ron Holland, who keeps it in bounds, barely staying alive. Ron Holland working the other way for the Pistons. Ron Holland back outside of Duncan Robinson, guarded by Bazulis. Working to his left, gets it back to his right. Paul Reed at the top of the key, working on Vucevic. Paul Reed all the way to the hole, gets his own rebound. Paul Reed is going to get fouled, and Paul Reed is going to be shooting a pair of free throws. How about the Pistons tonight, man? Up 12-4, and they are rolling in this basketball game. Paul Reed took a wide open three. Nobody was guarding him, and he just said, you know what, I'm just going to spot up and take this. And sure enough, he drilled it with no hesitation whatsoever. I love Paul Reed, man. One of the most underrated Pistons on this team. Can do it all, man. First free throw on the way. Good to go. It was funny. The Pistons had a crazy overtime thriller win the other day. They're going to be going to a commercial break right here. But Paul Reed, he was funny because he missed both free throws in overtime, and the Pistons ended up winning. But he actually got a big defensive stop coming back the other way. And on Twitter, like a couple hours after the game, he was like, I'm going to shoot like 3,000 free throws after practice tomorrow. And sure enough, he knocks down the first one tonight. So good to go, man. Like what I'm seeing so far. Pistons 13, Bulls 4. Appreciate you guys all tuning in to the stream tonight. And yeah, like I said, Pistons are shorthanded like crazy tonight. A lot of guys injured. Probably the most you're ever going to see all year, I would say, probably. So, yeah, absolutely pretty freaking insane, dude. But yeah, like I said, no Tobias Harris. He still has that high ankle sprain. No Jaden Ivey. Obviously, he hasn't played all season. No Asar Thompson. No Isaiah Stewart. No Jalen Duren. No Cade Cunningham. So the Pistons' second unit is going to hopefully handle the task tonight against the Bulls, and we're going to see if they can take down the Bulls tonight. What's going on, Dina? How you doing? We're in a commercial break right now. Bulls are starting Okoro, Bazulis, Vucevic, Herter, and Trey Jones for the Bulls tonight. So, Bulls, I think they could creep their way into a playoff spot once they get back fully healthy. I think Vucevic is a solid big. Giddey's been playing solid. He's hurt tonight, though. They got guys like Ayo Dosunmu. So, yeah, they've got a nice young core they can build around, and going to be interesting moving forward here. But Duncan Robinson, man, how about Duncan Robinson? 3 for 3 from the three-point line tonight. 9 points so far. Paul Reed's got a 3 and a free throw. Pistons are going with Duncan Robinson, Paul Reed, Ron Holland, Javonte Green, and Dennis Jenkins. You're going to see a lot of guys tonight. Wendell Moore Jr., he's going to get some playing time, I think, in this game. Bobby Clemens going to get some playing time. Karis LeVert, Chaz Lanier, I think you're going to see in this game. Tolu Smith is another guy to watch out for. So Pistons are going to be rolling with their bench pieces tonight, and they're going to see if they can get a stop down the road. What's up, Kenny? How you doing? Good to see you, buddy. What's going on, Kenny? Are you guys doing a show tonight, Kenny? Hopefully you guys have a good show. Appreciate you guys for stopping in. All right, still in a commercial break here. We're going to see if Paul Reed can knock down both of these free throws here, and we're going to see if the Pistons can handle this lead so far. But yeah, the Bulls were favored in this game. This line was like flipped back and forth. Like yesterday, it was like Pistons minus 1.5. But that was assuming that Cade and Durham were both going to play. Then they were both questionable before the game started. And then like a half hour before, they announced, yeah, Cade and Durham, you're both sitting out in this game. So no Cade, no Durham, no Asar, no beef stew. Tons of missing pieces out tonight for the Pistons. So, not too shabby. Yeah, we got to stay healthy, Kenny. If we can stay healthy, we should be making a big playoff push this year. We'll see what happens at the trade deadline. Paul Reed knocks down both free throws, and the Chicago Bulls are coming back the other way with the basketball here. Trey Jones with the basketball gives it back outside to Nikola Vucevic. Okoro trying to make a man miss, turns it over here for the Bulls. It's going to be Pistons basketball going back the other way. 8:33 left to play here in the first quarter. Appreciate you guys all tuning in, like, and subscribe. I was so upset I was not able to call the Monday game. We had an amazing win over the Washington Wizards. Dennis Jenkins had some huge threes to get to overtime, and I would have loved to call that game. Cade played out of his mind. Ron Holland with the missed shot. Here come the Bulls back the other way. Yeah, that was a phenomenal game. I'm super upset I wasn't able to call that one, but crazy, crazy stuff in that game here. Bulls coming back the other way. Trey Jones with the basketball, guarded by Javonte Green. Back outside to Montas Bazulis. Vucevic working inside on Ron Holland. Big mismatch. Gives it back outside to Herter for 3. Herter off the mark here. Javonte Green with the rebound in the basketball, pushing back the other way for the Pistons. Javonte Green back outside to Dennis Jenkins, guarded by Montas at the top of the key. Ron Holland sets the screen. Jenkins uses the screen, working on Herter. Jenkins, fall away, floater, jump shot, good. How about Dennis Jenkins getting a huge hoop for the Pistons? He had 24 points a couple days ago against the Wizards. Jones off the mark here. Come the Pistons back the other way. Dennis Jenkins all the way to the hole. Over Vucevic, no good. And the Bulls get the rebound back the other way. Mates working with the basketball to full court against Paul Reed. Mates all the way to the hole. And he gets a huge hoop for the Chicago Bulls here. 16-6 game for the Pistons. Matas Bazulis, I would have loved the Pistons if they would have drafted him. The Bulls did, 11th pick out of the draft. Super nice, promising player here for the Bulls. Ron Holland with the basketball, guarded by Matas. Ron Holland uses the pick and roll off of Paul Reed, gets a jump shot off. It's going to be stolen away by the Bulls, and an easy, clear path bucket for the Bulls. A very nice scoop and score from Jones. And the Pistons cut it back down to 16-8 here. Pistons back outside to Ron Holland. Ron Holland gives it up to Duncan Robinson. Thought about Duncan, gives it back out to Paul Reed instead. Paul Reed trying to find the open man here. Gives it to Jenkins. Jenkins all the way to the hole. Gets it to fall. How about Dennis Jenkins? 18-8 Pistons. Dennis Jenkins putting in some minutes here in this game. Bulls back the other way, followed by Javonte Green. And I believe Okoro is going to be going to the free throw line for the Chicago Bulls here. Any Detroit sports question for you, and I'll share on your show tonight. Will Scoob be a Tiger? Do you think he'll trade him for a turn? What's up, BD Buster? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, dude. I hope the Tigers keep him. Well, I think it'll happen. I don't think it'll happen. I think we're going to trade him this offseason, and we're going to get like 3-4 guys out of it, and I'm going to be very upset. So I want them to pay them. Will they pay them? Probably not, because he's about to win the Cy Young Award, I'm assuming, in about an hour or so. So, yeah, I'm hoping he will, but Tigers probably won't because Chris Ilitch is a very cheap owner. His dad would have probably paid him last year, and unfortunately, it's just not going to happen. Anytime, BD. Appreciate you tuning in, dude. Always like it when you guys comment, support the shows. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Okoro, first free throw off the mark. Matas Bazulis checks out of the game here. Patrick Williams checks into the game here for the Bulls. So 18-8 basketball game. Pistons 8, Pistons 18, Bulls 8. Pistons up 10. Cade Cunningham with a hip contusion. Just to be extra precautious. It seems like he's fine. Just a little bit more of a concern here. Didn't really want him to play tonight against the Bulls. He went up for a hard dunk, and the Wizards kind of fouled him pretty rough last game, so they just want to make sure he's all right. Pistons back the other way. Dennis Jenkins with the basketball. Jenkins outside. Javonte Green for 3. Off the mark. Bulls back the other way with the basketball, controlled by Ayo Dosunmu. Really good player out of Illinois. Vucevic for 3. Vucevic no good. Bulls rebound the basketball. Back outside to Patrick Williams. Swings it all the way around. Sets the screen. Patrick Williams, deep 3. Off the mark here. Boarded by Paul Reed. Pistons back the other way. Dennis Jenkins with the basketball. Back outside. Working on Dosunmu. And Dosunmu ends up with a steal here. Here come the Bulls back the other way. Dosunmu all the way to the hole. Thought about it. Gives it back outside. Patrick Williams with the basketball, guarded by Duncan. Inside to Vucevic. Vucevic working on Paul Reed here. Gives it outside to Dosunmu. All the way around to Patrick Williams. Working inside to Vucevic for the hook shot. No good. Ron Holland with the rebound, and the Pistons come back the other way. 5:23 left to play here in the first quarter. Duncan Robinson with the basketball. Spot up. Turnaround 3. Gets, no foul call. I thought you got fouled. No foul. Come back the other way, in and out for the Pistons. And Ron Holland comes up with a steal the other way. Nice defense from Ron Holland here. We're going to have to see some big minutes tonight from Ron Holland in this game as well. Paul Reed with the basketball, working on Vucevic. Paul Reed trying to set it up inside. Nice back cut. Pass from Jenkins. Works it all the way around to Holland. And Holland drills a 3. How about the ball moving from the Pistons there? Ron Holland from the corner knocks it down. And the Pistons have a 21-9 lead here late in the first quarter. Ayo Dosunmu with the basketball, guarded by Dennis Jenkins. Vucevic sets a screen for Ayo. Ayo rolls off of it, back outside to Vucevic. Vucevic working inside on Paul Reed. Spin move. Jump shot hook. There, he's going to be called for a travel, though. Bucket does not count, and the Pistons are going to regain possession coming back the other way. If you guys are new to the stream, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the follow button. Welcome to the show. Pistons, very shorthand tonight in this basketball game. Pretty much their entire starting 5 is out, minus like Duncan Robinson. And I don't even know if Duncan Robinson is going to start when Ivy comes back. So they're pretty much working with their entire bench tonight. You're going to see a lot of minutes tonight from Bobby Klintman, Paul Reed, some of these younger guys. Karis LeVert checks into the basketball game for the Pistons. Jenkins off the mark here. Bulls back the other way. Ayo Dosunmu with the basketball, working inside. Thought about it. Back outside. Jump shot no good. And still off the rim here. And it looks like the Pistons turn it back over here for the Bulls. And a huge 3 jump shot for the Bulls here. 21-12. Nice shot there from Javon Carter, who knocked that one down here for the Bulls. Karis LeVert working outside to Dennis Jenkins. Jenkins working inside the paint. Jenkins thought about it. Gives it back outside to Chaz Lanier. Chaz Lanier getting some minutes. Inside, nice pass to a cutting Javonte Green. And Javonte Green gets fouled. And he's going to be going to the free throw line to shoot a couple free throws. Pistons 21, Bulls 12. 3:49 left to play here in the first quarter. Javonte Green is at the free throw line trying to knock these down here. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. Bulls have Smith, Williams, Terry, Carter, and Dosunmu out on the floor here for the Bulls. First free throw on the way. No good for the Pistons. 3:49 left to play here in the first quarter. Bobby Klintman checks into the game here. Dennis Jenkins sits out. He takes a breather. Dennis Jenkins putting in some phenomenal minutes against the Wizards a couple days ago. I'm so upset I wasn't able to call that game. Just a phenomenal basketball game, phenomenal finish. Cade had like 46, 11, and 12, something crazy. Javonte Green misses both free throws, gets his own rebound, and gets fouled again. And Javonte Green's going to go back to the free throw line here. So what a play there. Tolu Smith boxed it outside, made that happen here. You're going to see Tolu Smith's first minutes this season for the Pistons. Yeah, huge props to the bench tonight. We're going to see if they can hold down the 4 here. Bulls are missing, Josh Giddey, but, they've been holding their ground so far against a Bulls team. Pistons were technically the underdog in this game tonight. Javonte Green, first free throw, no good. He's 0 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. Cade mentoring Ron Holland on the bench. 3:46 left to play here in the first quarter. Javonte Green, second free throw on the way. Is up and good. So he gets 1 of 4 at the stripe. 22-12 Pistons. Dosunmu coming back the other way here for the Bulls. Dosunmu working on Javonte Green. Gets it back outside. Guarded by Karis LeVert. Working inside. Almost a great block by Tolu Smith, but he's going to be called for the foul here. They're going to shoot a couple free throws for the Pistons here. Excuse me, it's on Karis LeVert, not on Smith. They got it on the reach around foul inside. So I believe that's Dalen Terry. He's going to be shooting some free throws here for the Bulls. First free throw, no good for the Bulls here. 3:35 left to play here in the first quarter. Pistons 22, Chicago Bulls 12. Javonte Green checks out of the basketball game. Duncan Robinson checks back into the game. 3:35 left to play here in the first quarter. Dalen Terry, second free throw on the way is no good. Misses both free throws. Tolu Smith with the rebound coming back the other way for the Pistons. Karis LeVert, top of the key. Working on the Bulls. Karis LeVert working inside. Gets it back outside of Duncan Robinson. Robinson trying to set up the offense here. Can't get anything going. LeVert inside. Tries to feed Tolu Smith. Tolu Smith thought about working inside. Gives it back up. And nice offensive position from Tolu Smith. And he gets his first bucket of the season. Back the other way. Here comes Dosunmu. Dosunmu gets a nice finger roll touch jump shot to go. And the Pistons take a 10-point lead here. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. What's going on? Nick, how you doing? Back outside for the Bulls here. Bulls coming back the other way. Terry with the basketball. Back outside. Dosunmu for 3. Dosunmu no good. Bulls regain possession here. Patrick Williams for 3. Deep 3 here on the way. No good. Boarded by Bobby Klintman. Pistons back the other way with the basketball. Karis LeVert, Tolu Smith, Duncan Robinson, Chaz Lanier, and Bobby Klintman. An interesting rotation here. Working inside to Tolu Smith. Nice dish from Karis LeVert for a nice easy slam from the Pistons. And the Bulls regain possession here. Back outside to Javonte Carter with a huge 3. And he hits Javon Carter, he hits a big three, and the Bulls come back the other way. Bobby Clinton with the basketball. Back outside to Karis LeVert. Karis LeVert working outside all the way around the rim to Bobby Clinton. Thought about a shot. Karis LeVert running the offense, working on Patrick Williams for three. Contested shot off the board, no good. Tolu Smith with the basketball. Back outside to Bobby Clinton for three, and Bobby Clinton hits a three. How about Bobby Clinton, man? Hits a huge three-pointer, and the Pistons take a 29-17 lead here. Bulls with the basketball. Back outside for three, in and out. Bobby Clinton with the rebound, coming back the other way for the Pistons. Karis LeVert to full court. LeVert trying to find the open man here. And it's going to be out of bounds here, and the Pistons are going to regain possession here. Jalen Smith, Patrick Williams, Terry, Carter, and Dosunmu on the floor here for the Bulls. Yeah, Jalen Duren is not playing. There's a lot of guys injured tonight. No Cade Cunningham, no Asar Thompson, no Beef Stewart, no Tobias Harris, no Jalen Duren. And obviously Jaden Ivey is still dealing with that knee surgery he's rehabbing from still. So a lot of injuries tonight for the Pistons. So we're pretty much playing with like Duncan Robinson, Karis LeVert, and like a bunch of G League players. So, yeah, absolutely crazy. Yeah, Matas Bazulis is playing for the Bulls in this one. If you guys are new to the stream, hit the follow button. Welcome to the show. Gonna keep track of these timeouts here. So Pistons and Bulls each have a timeout they gave up here. So 6 timeouts left for each team here. 1:33 left to play here in the first quarter. But again, this is gonna show a lot about this Pistons young core. Especially, this is like the ultimate test of adversity here when you pretty much have all 5 of your starters out in this game. You got to rebound nicely here. So Duncan Robinson's been playing great so far. Paul Reed can just do it all. He's such an underrated piece of this defense, and I really feel like he should get more minutes, rotating in between Jalen Duren and Beef Stew. Ron Holland's got 3 points, 2 boards. Javonte Green, a free throw, and a couple boards. Jenkins, 4 points, 4 assists. So not bad so far what I'm seeing from the Pistons so far. They're up 12, almost at the end of the first quarter here, and we're going to see if they can keep this going. But if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the chat, guys. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. I didn't know who to put for the thumbnail tonight. Originally, I had Josh Giddey and Cade Cunningham, and then they both got injured, and they're both out. I'm like, all right, I'll put Vucevic, and I'm like, all right, is Jalen Duren going to play? And then game time decision, like Jalen Duren was out. I'm like, all right, who's left? I'm going to put Duncan Robinson on there. So, yeah, Duncan Robinson and Karis LeVert, they're going to step up from 3 in this game if they're going to win this game here. But Bobby Clinton, he's got a 3 on this one. Ron Holland can shoot. So, like what I'm seeing so far from the Pistons in this game early on. So, Bulls with possession coming back the other way here. Let's see if they can turn this one around here. 1:24 left to play here in the first quarter. Bulls have Smith, Terry, Phillips, Carter, and Dosunmu out on the floor here. Pistons very shorthanded in this basketball game. Coming back from a commercial break. Pistons 29, Bulls 17. We're going to see if the Pistons can regain possession here as they come back down the floor. Duncan Robinson for 3. No good. Back outside for the board. Here come the Bulls coming back the other way. Terry with the basketball on Duncan Robinson. Carter thought about a 3, working inside, back outside to his man Smith, and Smith hits a 3. 29-20 basketball game. Huge hoop from the Bulls. And they cut the deficit back down to 9 here. Chaz Lanier with the basketball. Gives it outside to Tolu Smith. Tolu Smith working on the Bulls here. Chaz Lanier looking for his first points of the game. Working on Carter. Thought about a 3. Back outside to Karis LeVert, who's working on Dosunmu. Karis LeVert driving to the rim. And that's going to be a goaltend. It looked like he was driving right. And Smith is going to be called for the goaltend and count the bucket. That's going to stand here. 31-20. Nice drive by Karis LeVert. Yeah, ball clearly touched the backboard first. And Smith was able to get his hands on it. And the Pistons regain possession here, 31-20. Smith going all the way to the hole. Left-handed hook shot, no good. Back outside to the Pistons. Karis LeVert with the basketball coming back the other way. LeVert working inside on the Bulls. Back outside to Smith. Duncan Robinson thought about a three. Works on Green and hits it to go. Duncan Robinson is hot tonight. 34-20 Pistons. That's his fourth three of the first half here. 12 points, 4 for 6 from three. Duncan Robinson. That's why we brought him into the Pistons, man. All right. DeSumo coming back the other way for the Bulls. Terry Phillips working inside, back outside to Green. DeSumo for three from the corner. DeSumo hits a huge three for the Bulls. 34-23 Pistons. 5 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. We're going to see if the Pistons can get their final shot off here before the first quarter closes. Looks like Caris LeVert has the basketball. He's going to let it sit down here before it reaches half court before he finally picks it up. Caris LeVert working on DeSumo. Caris LeVert all the way to the hole. Jump shot, fadeaway hook is off the glass, no good, and it's going to be 34-23 Pistons. Commercial break coming up to start the second quarter here. So I like what I'm seeing. Pistons were a 2.5-point underdog going into this game. The line was slipping back and forth. Like I said, Pistons, pretty much their entire starting five is out tonight. No Cade Cunningham, no Asar Thompson, no Isaiah Stewart, no Tobias Harris. No Jalen Durham. So, absolutely crazy here. Refs are going to take a look at this here. They had 1 second left on the shot clock. There's a chance that Caris LeVert may have gotten fouled here. So, the ball definitely gets up. And it looks like the ref did call a foul. So, it's not the commercial break just yet. I think we got some free throws coming on the way here for Caris LeVert. There's half a second left in the first quarter. Caris LeVert was working inside, trying to take the final shot. And it looks like he's going to get fouled, and he's going to be going to the free throw line here before the end of the first quarter happens here. But I appreciate you guys all tuning in. Welcome to the show. Hit the like button, subscribe if you guys are new. We got 76ers Pistons on Friday. That's a group cup play game, NBA cup play game, so looking forward to that. So yeah, Caris LeVert, he's going to be going to the free throw line here. 0.8 of a second left to play here in the first quarter. Caris LeVert, first free throw on the way, is up and in. 35-23 Pistons. Pistons, Caris LeVert averaging 8 points, 2 assists. He's shooting 40% from the field, so not bad so far. Caris LeVert, second free throw, no good, and that's officially going to take us to the second quarter here for a commercial break coming up on the show. Good to see, man. Good to see, good to see. All right, so commercial break underway here for the Pistons. Pistons 35, Bulls 23 here. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. We're going to be doing as many Pistons games as we can this year, all the Detroit Lions games. So we got the Sixers Friday night. Looking forward to that. We're going to be doing the Thursday night football game tomorrow. We got the Patriots and the Jets for Thursday night football. That's going to be an interesting game. Patriots might blow out the Jets tomorrow night. And then Lions-Eagles for Sunday Night Football. Definitely looking forward to that game. That's going to be very, very interesting. So, looking forward to it, man. But yeah, if you guys are new, like the stream, subscribe. Let me know who's here in the chat. What's up? What's up? Pistons 35, Bulls 23. Pistons are up 12 here. Duncan Robinson is on fire in this game so far. He's 4 for 6 from 3, 12 points, leading scorer in this game for the Pistons. Javon Carter's got 6 points. He's 2 for 2 from 3 here in this game as well. So, yeah, it's interesting because these are the guys that, if injuries do happen throughout the season, you're going to see these guys get more minutes. These are going to be probably the most minutes these guys are ever going to play, minus guys like Duncan Robinson, Caris LeVert. Paul Reed occasionally will check into the game, but if Beef Stew and Duren are healthy, he's going to be kind of like the third option if we absolutely need it. But you saw Paul Reed step up huge for us in the playoffs defensively for us for a couple games. He had some big-time shots in the playoffs as well, so definitely looking forward to it. But yeah, we got the commercial break underway here. Second quarter is just about to start here for the Pistons. Pistons are 9-2, man. That's like their best start to the franchise in like 15, 20 years. So, love to see it, man. Just stay healthy, get back healthy, and it's going to be interesting to see what Trajan Langdon does at the deadline in February. Does he make a move? Does he trade some picks? Does he actually take a step forward? Does he keep building through the draft? A lot of stuff to consider here for Trajan Langdon moving forward. You know, Jazz are trying to clean house. They're trying, excuse me, the Kings are trying to clean house. Reports they're trying to move on from Sabonis and Zach LaVine. So, a couple guys to watch out for. Possibly see what Lauri Markkanen does. He could be on the move in February. So some names to watch out for in February as well. So, coming back from commercial break here. Here come the Pistons back the other way. Duncan Robinson with the basketball. Working outside, trying to find the open man. Gives it back out to Dennis Jenkins. Jenkins try to set the screen here for Tolu Smith. Tolu Smith working inside. Jenkins with the assist to Tolu Smith. And the Pistons take a 37-23 lead. 11:30 left to play here in the basketball game. Vucevic back into the game here for the Bulls. Working outside here. Guarded by Tolu Smith. Tries to get it back outside to Jones. Jones working on Duncan Robinson. Vucevic thought about a three. Working inside on Tolu Smith. Nice job by Tolu Smith, not going anywhere. Inside to Jones, and he's going to get fouled, and Jones is going to be going to the free throw line, guarded by Duncan Robinson. What's up, 1 Point? How you doing? Yeah, Kings, they're trying to see if they can move house there. You know, guys like, it's crazy because they drafted Tyrese Halliburton, right? And they traded him to the Pacers. And the big part of that trade was to get to Sabonis. And then Sabonis and Fox had their little stint there in Sacramento for a bit. Jones is the first free throw. And then now all of a sudden they're like, all right, we made the playoffs. We're good. Let's just move on now. So it's just kind of weird how the NBA works. But it always comes back to we want draft capital. So it's like, are you willing to give up your future for an aging player? I don't know if the Pistons want to do that quite just yet. Jones misses the second free throw here. Pistons back the other way. Jenkins with the basketball guarded by Carter. Bobby Klintman for three from the corner. No good. Bulls back the other way here. Jones cross-court pass to Carter. Carter back outside to Vucevic, working inside to Jones. Jones guarded by Ron Holland. Ron Holland gives it back outside to Carter. Carter thought about a three, working inside. Pass to Vucevic for the post-up shot. No good. Boarded by Tolu Smith, and the Pistons back the other way. Jenkins with the basketball, working inside. Thought about a jump shot. Now he finally takes it. Air ball. Misses it badly. Back outside to Vucevic with the rebound. Here come the Bulls back the other way for Jones. Jones working on Duncan Robinson. Outside to Vucevic for three. In and out. Ron Holland with the rebound. And the Pistons are coming back the other way. Pistons have Holland, Jenkins, Klintman, Smith, and Robinson on the floor here for the Pistons. Duncan Robinson with the basketball. Working inside, gets it to go. Tough shot from Duncan Robinson. He had a man in his face, right-handed hook, leaning shot, and he gets it to go. A tough shot from Duncan Robinson. Cade loves it on the bench there. Bulls working outside to Carter for three. Top of the key, good. 39-27, Carter with a huge hoop, and the Pistons are up by 12. Yeah, front office has been doing great so far. Bobby Klintman trying to get some action here for the Pistons. Dennis Jenkins, floater jump shot, no good, gets his own rebound. Nobody decides to guard him, gets his own rebound. Nobody was in his vicinity and puts it up for an easy layup. Pistons 41, Bulls 27. Bulls working back outside here. Jones with the basketball. It's going to be an inside foul away from the basketball, I believe on Tolu Smith, working on Vucevic. So, Pistons trying to keep this moving here. Wendell Moore Jr., he comes into the game here for the Pistons. Duncan Robinson checks out here. It's so weird seeing, like, literally our whole starting five on the bench in a regular season game. It's kind of interesting. All right, Carter with the basketball, working inside to Vucevic. Vucevic backdoor cut pass to Herder. Herder with the layup there. 41-29 basketball game. Nice pass from Vucevic, working backdoor cut from Herder, and Herder lays it in. Bobby Klintman working inside. Thought about it. Tried to work around. Turns it over here. Carter with the basketball. Carter with the Bulls. Backdoor pass to Kevin Herder. Thought about a three. Working inside. No good. Okoro can't finish. Back outside to Jones, who works all the way around to Vucevic. Kevin Herder with the basketball. Makes a man miss. Guarded by Ron Holland. Inside pass. And the Bulls slam it home there. 41-31 there. And the Pistons take a timeout. So, Bulls cut it back down to 10 here. 8:45 left to play here in the first half. Isaac Okoro with that dunk. And the Pistons have a commercial break coming up here. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. This game, again, could come down to the wire. I mean, it really could. It's all going to depend on which team can get on runs. But as you know, like 10, 12, 14, 15-point leads can slip away very quickly with a couple threes. So that's what, yeah, exactly, BD. Like, I think this game could very well come down to a buzzer beater. So I'm so frustrated. So I can't call Pistons games on Monday and Tuesdays, unfortunately, because I'm on a bowling league. But we were watching the game at the bowling alley, me and my friends, and we thought the game was over. The Pistons were down like 6 with like a minute left. And then Jenkins hits a huge 3, cuts it back down to 3, and then CJ McCollum balled out. And then eventually worked all the way around to a missed free throw with like a second left. Cade inbounds the pass to Jenkins in the 3, no-look pass, and Jenkins hits a huge 3. Bowling alley freaks out. We were all freaking out. And then Cade just took over in that game. A lot of people on social media, I cannot stand them, right? Surprise. People get angry on social media. Newsflash. No, but Cade Cunningham, historic night, triple-double, his first triple-double this year. He had like 46, 10, and 11, or 11 and 12, whatever he had. It was a triple-double. He shot the most field goal attempts ever by a Piston and missed the most field goals ever in a game in NBA history. And everybody was pointing that out. Here's the problem. We had nobody in that game, all right? We had Jalen Duren and Cade Cunningham, right, working the floor, but no Asar, no Beef Stew, no Tobias Harris, still no Jaden Ivey. It's like, I don't care how you do it. Let Cade shoot 50,000 shots. As long as we win the basketball game, I could care less. So people that are complaining on Twitter are like, oh my gosh, Cade missed like 40 shots in that game. It's like, stop talking. The Pistons won the basketball game. Like, chill out. He can shoot 50,000 shots in a game. And I don't care. As long as we win the game, how are you hating on a triple-double from Cade Cunningham? So people are just, they want to find a way to complain about everything. So it's absolutely insane. What's up, Killer Boss Man? Good to see you, dude. Yeah, it's just crazy. People just want to complain about everything. And then, like, oh, so say he didn't shoot 40, 50 shots in that game, and then people will complain about the turnovers. They always want to pinpoint and nitpick, like, every little small mistake a player does, and it's just ridiculous. It's like, dude dropped 45, he had a 45-point triple-double, and people are, like, complaining because he missed, like, 30 shots in the game. Short-handed. It's like, come on, dude. Absolutely insane. Dennis Jenkins with the basketball back from commercial break here. Pistons up 10. Jenkins working inside all the way to the hole. Nice job by Dennis Jenkins all the way to the rim, and the Pistons take a 43-31 basketball game. Yeah, I saw that, BD. Yeah, Cade and Jordan are like the only two players to ever have like 40, 10, and 10 with 5 steals in a game. Elite company right there. Vucevic working inside to Paul Reed. Nice jump shot, hook shot, and Vucevic is on the board here. 43-33. Pistons. Vucevic, he's got 4 points in this game, so that was the second basket, my bad. Javonte Green trying to set up the offense here, back outside to Paul Reed. Paul Reed thought about passing it to Ron Holland for a screen, working inside on Vucevic. Ron Holland turns it over here. Kind of a bad pass from Paul Reed, didn't really find him too well, and the Bulls regain possession there. 8 minutes left to play here in the first half. Yeah, oh, Cade, he missed 40 shots. It's like, he won the game. Stop complaining. Swipe stolen away by the Pistons. Slams it home. 45-33. How about the steal from Wendell Moore there? Nice play by Wendell Moore off the inbound pass. 45-33. Dosunmu with the basketball. Pistons up 12 here. 7:30 left to play here in the second quarter. Herder working inside to Vucevic. Stolen away by Ron Holland. Ron Holland to full court all the way to the hole. Ron Holland gets a huge left-handed layup, and the Pistons are up 47-33 in this basketball game. Dosunmu with the basketball come back the other way for the Bulls. Pistons are up 14 here. 7 minutes left to play here in the first half. Carter working all the way to the hole. Tried to get to Mates and just was on the same page there. And it's going to be a turnover, and the Pistons are going to be coming back the other way. Nice play by Ron Holland, getting the steal, going coast to coast, left-handed layup. Vucevic didn't like it. He thought there should have been a foul called on the steal attempt, but not going to get it, though. So 7:10 left to play here. Pistons 47, Bulls 33. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the game. And kind of an interesting, weird game tonight. Like, Pistons don't have anybody playing tonight. Like I said, no Cade, no Asar, no Ivy, no Tobias, no Beef Stew, no Jalen Duren. And it's just absolutely kind of crazy, though. So we're going to see if the Pistons can get back on track here. Dennis Jenkins with the basketball, working outside all the way around to Smith. Jenkins regains possession here, working on Mata. Sorry, guys, my internet went out for like a couple seconds there. I think it's back, though. Javonte Green for three. No good, boarded by Matas. Coming back the other way for the Bulls. Matas Bazulis working full court here, coast to coast on the Pistons. Back outside to Vucevic. Works all the way around to Carter. Carter back outside to Vucevic. Bazulis thought about a three. All the way around to Dosunmu. Dosunmu working inside. Outside to Matas. 5 seconds on the shot clock. All the way around to Dosunmu. Again hits a three. 47-36 basketball game. Io with a huge three. And the Pistons are up 11. Io has got 8 points and 2 boards. He's 2 for 3 from the three-point line. Pistons working inside, and Dennis Jenkins again hits another layup, and the Pistons take a 49-36 lead here in the second quarter. He's got 10 points and 5 assists tonight for Jenkins. Bazulis with the basketball, working inside. Thought about it. He's going to get fouled, though, by Ron Holland, and it looks like Bazulis. Let's see if he goes to the free throw line. I don't know if they're going to call on the floor yet or not. But Pistons 49, Bulls 36. 6 minutes left to play here in the first half. If you guys are new to the stream, hit the like button, subscribe. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. It's free. It helps me out. And guess what? If you decide you hate my guts later, you can unsubscribe for free. And I won't know. I won't know you did it. 6 minutes left to play here in the first half. Pistons 49, Bulls 36 here. Bulls check it inside to Io. Io working on Dennis Jenkins from the three-point line. Back outside to Patrick Williams, who checks back into the game here. Working inside on Javonte Green. Thought about it. Kevin Huerter from the top of the key for three. No good. Boarded by the Bulls. Patrick Williams working inside, and Williams gets it to go. Patrick Williams, nice hoop on the way. 49-38 basketball game. They just announced it, Rocker. Nice. We better pay him now. Scooble back-to-back Cy Young Awards. I got to do a reaction for that. Pistons working outside to Karis LeVert. Karis LeVert thought about it. Gets it to go off the Bulls. Going to stay here for Pistons basketball. Yeah, next commercial break I'm going to do a Scooble reaction to the Cy Young. So, not bad, man. 5:20 left to play here in the first half. Javonte Green working all the way around to Chaz Lanier. Jenkins gets the basketball. Jenkins thought about it, gets it inside to go, and hits a huge jump shot. How about Dennis Jenkins getting it to go? 51-38 Pistons. 5 minutes left to play here in the first half. Io with the basketball, working on Jenkins. Io rolls to his left. Back outside to Matas. Matas working inside. Gives it up to Vucevic. Vucevic thought about working on Paul Reed. He said no way. He's going to set a screen here for Patrick Williams. Almost turned it over. Regains possession. Back out to Huerter. And Huerter gets it to go as the shot clock expires. Pistons 51, Bulls 40. Pistons back the other way here. Jenkins with a drive all the way to the hole. Gets it to go. 53-40 Pistons. 13-point lead here for the Pistons. 4:30 left to play here in the first half. Io all the way. Works it all the way around to Matas for three. Matas hits a huge hoop. 53-43 Pistons. 4:22 left to play here in the first half. Karis LeVert working back outside of Dennis Jenkins. Jenkins all the way around to Paul Reed for three again. Hits it to go. Paul Reed 2 for 2 from the three-point line. 56-43. How about B-Ball Paul putting in some effective minutes tonight for the Pistons? 8 points, 4 boards from Mr. Paul Reed himself tonight. Matas working inside to Vucevic, all the way around to Patrick Williams. Io Dosunmu for three. Dosunmu no good. Back inside to Matas for the offensive rebound, and Matas gets it to go. 56-45 Pistons. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Welcome to the show. Hope you guys are all doing fantastic. Karis LeVert thought about working inside. He's going to turn that pass over. Bad pass. Try to get to Javonte Green. The Pistons are going to check in a bunch of players here. George Blaha said it's like a line change in hockey. He's right. Like they're replacing all 5 people on the floor right now, I think, or at least three of the 5. Yeah, it's going pretty good, BD. So Monday and Tuesday, Monday we're in first place, and then Tuesday we're like in 10th place. Tuesday's a way more competitive league. So, yeah, not too shabby there. Bulls take a timeout here. I got to do a reaction because Scooble just won the Cy Young, so I will see you guys in a moment. All right, coming back from commercial break here, guys. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. What's going on, everybody? Good stuff. Welcome to the party. Hopefully you guys are all doing fantastic. Pistons coming back from commercial break here. Everybody rules. Hopefully you guys are all doing fantastic. Welcome to the party, ladies and gentlemen. Pistons are 9-2, man. They're cruising right now. Yeah, they're not going to be able to afford him, and I'm going to be upset. Going to be upset, man. All right, so back from commercial break here. Bulls coming back the other way with the basketball. It looks like Montes Bazulis gets fouled here. Working on Ron Holland. Ron Holland picks up another personal foul here. 3:26 left to play here in the first half. Bulls with the basketball come back the other way. Jones back outside to Patrick Williams, guarded by Duncan Robinson now at the top of the key. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Patrick Williams all the way to the rim, and he gets it to go here. 56-47 basketball game here. 3 minutes left to play here in the first half. All right, Dennis Jenkins with the basketball back outside Duncan Robinson for 3. He's had the hot hand all night, and he continues to be the hot hand, man. Hits another 3-pointer. That's his 5th of the game here. 59-47 basketball game. Bulls come back the other way. Bulls hit a huge 3 to answer there. Nice job from the Bulls. Coming back the other way for the Pistons here, working on Karis LeVert against Patrick Williams. LeVert all the way to the hole. Left-handed layup is good, and the Pistons take a 61-50 lead here. Bulls the basketball. Jones gets it back outside to Montes, working inside on Karis LeVert. Montes tries to find an inside pass here. Kind of a crazy shot from Jones, and Duncan Robinson picks up a shooting foul, and Jones is going to be going to the free throw line here. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. Pistons have Ron Holland, Jenkins, Smith, Duncan, and Karis LeVert on the floor here. Misses the first free throw, gets the second one here, and the Bulls cut it back down to 10. Pistons with the basketball, come back the other way is Jenkins. Jenkins working on Jones at the top of the key here. Pistons got a couple screens set up here in place here. Jenkins doesn't use them, now uses them against Tolu Smith. Smith trying to get it set up inside here. Jenkins rolls to the rim, behind the back, move, jump shot, gets it to fall. Dennis Jenkins is putting on a show tonight. 63-51 Pistons. Jenkins, 16.7 assists in the first half tonight. Bulls working inside Patrick all the way around inside to Smith. Smith is no good, and the Pistons regain possession here. Duncan Robinson with the basketball back outside to Ron Holland. Duncan thought about a three once again. They're swarming Duncan Robinson on the three-point line tonight. Outside of Tolu Smith, Duncan tries to get set up here. Ron Holland for three. No good. Jenkins tried to save it. He does save it. Works it inside to Karis LeVert. Driving to the paint. Now gets it back outside here. He said, never mind. I'm going to check it back out here. Duncan Robinson tries to set the screen. Back out to Jenkins. Jenkins rolling right. Jump shot. No good. And Bazulis with the board here. Coming back the other way for the Bulls. Jones to full court here. Guarded by Karis LeVert. Jones back outside to the top of the key here. Inside against Karis LeVert. Swatted away by Karis LeVert. Nice block from Karis LeVert. And the Pistons regain possession here. LeVert to full court all the way to the hole. Circus shot, gets it to go, count the bucket and the foul. I think it was going to be called goaltending anyways, but he gets it to go. Karis LeVert is going to be going to the free throw line. What a shot from Karis LeVert, going coast to coast against Okoro, and a nice and one reverse layup. And the Pistons are up 14 here, almost at the end of the first half here. Wow. 65-51 basketball game. That is crazy. 54 seconds left to play here. Karis LeVert checks out of the basketball game. So the Pistons regain possession here, checking it in. 54-51. 65-51, excuse me. And the Pistons come back the other way. Jenkins with the basketball here. 43 seconds left to play here. Second quarter coming down to a close here. Duncan Robinson, corner, tries to move inside. Duncan Robinson, it's going to be called for an offensive foul. Duncan Robinson kind of swarmed his hand across his body trying to get around Okoro, and that's going to be a foul call on Duncan Robinson. Interesting. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. What's going on, everybody? How we doing? Bulls come back the other way with the basketball. Jones at the top of the key. Gives it back outside to Mates. Mates working inside. It's going to be a foul call away from the basketball. I believe on Javonte Green. Excuse me, that's Duncan again. So Duncan's in foul trouble already. He's got to be careful. I think that's 3 fouls from in the first half. 28 seconds left to play here in the first half. Jones is going to be going to the free throw line here. Pistons up 14. 28 seconds left to play here in the first half. Jones, first free throw on the way is up and in. 65-52 basketball game. Welcome to the party, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys are all doing fantastic. What's going on? Jenkins has got 16 points in the first half. Duncan Robinson sits down. A couple fouls in the first half for Duncan Robinson, but he's got some solid points tonight here for the Pistons. Jenkins comes up with the rebound here. Mates misses his free throw, and it's going to be 65-52 Pistons come back the other way. 17 seconds. They're going to wait until the final shot, the shot happens here. Wait till the shot clock comes down. Pistons 65, Bulls 52. 10 seconds left to play. There's going to be a foul called away from the ball. They had a foul to give. So it's going to be Pistons basketball here, trying to get a final shot clock off here. Duncan Robinson checks back into the basketball game. So he sat down for a quick breather, but now he's back into the game here. Okay, trying to coach him up from the sidelines here. Tolu Smith putting in some nice minutes for the Pistons. Foul is on Kevin Huerter. So, Pistons regain possession here. Javonte Green inbounds the pass here. Gets it back outside of Dennis Jenkins. Jenkins with the shot clock rolling down. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6, 5. Has the ball in hand. Gets it back outside to Chaz Lanier. Chaz Lanier has to shoot it up. Has a prayer, and he is going to miss. But he's going to get fouled, though, on the three-point shot, and he's going to be going to the free throw line. Couldn't really tell if Herter got him, but it looks like, yeah, Herter drew him in the air. And Chaz Lanier is going to shoot 3 free throws here to close out the first half. 0.2 of a second left to play here in the first half. Pistons 65, Bulls 52. First free throw on the way is up and in for Chaz Lanier. Took him early in the second round in this past draft here. Shooting guard out of Tennessee. Last year he had 18 points a game, 40% three-point shooter. Chaz Lanier, second free throw on the way is up and in. 67-52 Pistons. One more free throw left to play here. Bulls can't really get a shot off here. They don't have enough time left. So, Pistons get it to go. 68-52. Chaz Lanier hits all 3 free throws. And it's going to come to a end of the first half, and we got a halftime break underway here for the Pistons and the Chicago Bulls. Pistons up 16 at the half. I got to say, I did not expect this. I thought this was going to be more of a closer game, like maybe a 3-4 point game at the halftime, but not a 16-point game. So, again, Bulls can come back here. Anything can happen. I'm sure a lot of Pistons fans in attendance tonight were not expecting to have literally our entire starting 5 out tonight in this game, but the injury bug has hit us hard in this game tonight. So we're going to see if we can bounce back here. So, good deal. Good stuff. Welcome to the show. All right, man. So we got a commercial break, halftime show coming up here, and we're going to have some fun. Halftime break underway. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the chat. And we are live, man. We're going to be doing every single Pistons basketball game here as much as we can, as long as I'm home and I can broadcast it. Like I said, sometimes the Monday and Tuesday games might be a little bit difficult because I'm on 2 bowling leagues that I'm bowling on. So pretty much every other day that I'm free, I will be able to do a basketball game for the Pistons this year. And like I said, we got the Thursday night football games that we do as well. Those happen every Thursday. We got the Jets and Patriots tomorrow. But halftime report here. Duncan Robinson, 17 points, 2 boards. He's got 3 fouls, though, in the first half. He's got to be kind of careful with that. Paul Reed, 8 points, 4 boards, 2 assists. Ron Holland, 5 points, 3 boards. Dennis Jenkins has been great so far. 16 points, 7 assists. Karis LeVert, 7 off the bench. Tolu Smith, 6 points. Wendell Moore, Clintman, Lanier. Every single Piston that has checked into this game has scored. So that is a great sign to get everybody involved here. So usually, like my fall bowling league, it goes all the way until like April. Usually late March, early April, and then we start up for like a spring, and then there's a summer league that I'm on too. So not too shabby. But yeah, man, Pistons look good. You know, I didn't know what to expect here tonight when you have all 5 of your starters missing. You know, still really no report yet from Jaden Ivey in terms of a date to be determined for when he will actually be back to basketball playing activities. But Duncan Robinson, he is looking like the guy we signed in free agency. I mean, he's a career 40% three-point shooter, so he's starting to act like it now. He's going to be huge for us to try to fill in the hole for Malik Beasley. You know, Karis LeVert, a little bit older, but he's put in some solid minutes for the Pistons this year. But yeah, that game, dude, against the Wizards, it should not have been that close. I think the Pistons were like a 14-point favorite. But again, you see what the defensive presence does when Asar Thompson is not on the floor. Same with Isaiah Stewart. I mean, those are our 2 best defenders, in my opinion, on the team. And when they're not on the floor, stuff happens. But yeah, Cade, 46 points, 12 boards, 11 assists. Duran got 19 and 14. So we're gonna probably pay Jalen Duran this offseason. Asar's probably next. And we're gonna have to make a huge decision on Jaden Ivey. If Jaden Ivey can earn his contract extension, and this is his final year of the contract, though, and he hasn't been healthy. So, again, the best ability is availability. And the Pistons are going to have to make a decision because, look, I love Jaden Ivey, but let's be real here. When Jaden Ivey went down, Pistons went on a tear last year. Malik Beasley took over. We got the 6th seed. went up against a really competitive Knicks team, took them to 6 games, and then we lost. But at the same time, Jaden Ivey is a guy we're probably banking on for the future of this franchise and hopefully can become the Robin to Cade's Batman and hopefully become better as a shooting guard and try to mold him into kind of like the De'Aaron Fox, Ja Morant hybrid type of player where he's really athletic, he can shoot threes, he's a spark of energy, he gets his guys involved, he made some big shots last year when he was healthy against for us, and that ideally was going to be the second biggest contract on this team behind Cade was Jaden Ivey. Now it looks like it's going to be Jalen Duren. Duren's going to get a nice contract this offseason. Definitely going to keep Duren. Cade's making him become Dwight Howard 2.0 right now. And hopefully when Jaden Ivey comes back, hopefully healthy and well, he can return and the Pistons can take a huge step. But that's a big if, because we haven't seen Cade and Ivey play all that well in their careers yet. Same with Asar. Those 3 guys have had very little playing time experience, all 3 of those guys working together, let alone all 4. Cade, Asar, Ivey, and Duren on the floor, all on the same team working together. So, doing pretty good tonight with our defense. Yeah, Paul Reed's putting in some good minutes for us. I like Tolu Smith a lot. Tolu Smith has been pretty much locking down Vucevic tonight, coming off the bench. Wendell Moore's getting some nice minutes for the Pistons. So, again, we had to call up a couple guys from the Motor City Cruise, our G League affiliate, and we're doing okay so far. So, yeah, Pistons up 16. But again, the Bulls are a good team. If Matas Pazulis gets hot, Vucevic starts hitting some threes, they can come right back in this basketball game. So, got to keep the foot on the gas and keep moving forward here. But Pistons got the Sixers on Friday. I'm curious to see if Joel Embiid is going to be playing in that game. Pistons had a phenomenal finish against Philly a couple games ago where that game went all the way down to the wire. Kate had a crazy poster slam on Andre Drummond. But the Sixers play Embiid every other game. It's very rare that he plays back-to-back games because of his knee injury history. So, what's up, PA? How you doing, dude? Yeah, we're still a pretty young team, and that's the big debate. It's at the trade deadline this year, is Trajan going to keep all our guys together? Is he going to make a move? Is he going to go after some draft picks? And here's the thing. It's I would love Lauri Markkanen, right? He's a perfect stretch 4. We have Tobias Harris, though. Lauri Markkanen plays the same position as Tobias Harris. So it's are we really in the market for another stretch 4 when we already have Tobias Harris? When he's still on his contract right now. So I don't know if we're going to get Lauri Markkanen. But, yeah, Sabonis could be interesting, though. Sabonis from the Kings might be interesting. But I honestly think we just kind of stand pat. There's not really a necessary need to overspend. And the problem is when you give away too much draft capital, usually you always end up asking for draft capital back when it doesn't work out the first time in 4, 5, 6 years, where you trade away all your assets, you get a couple vets, cough, cough, Blake Griffin, and then you have to rebuild again. You have to start over for the draft. Do we really want to do that again, or do we want to keep building through the draft and just let Cade eat with Duren, Asar, and this nice young core, and hopefully become a consistent top 4, top 5 team in the East? But again, it's going to come down to the health of Jaden Ivey. We are really banking on him to be well. But the funny thing is when he hasn't been in the game on the floor for the Pistons, we've been playing pretty well without him. I mean, we're 9-2 right now. We got the 6th seed last year. And I like his development, though. I think he's going to take a step forward. But again, he's going to want to get a contract. So, Cade Cunningham's contract right now, okay, 5-year, $224 million rookie deal extension. It could be $270 if he makes All-NBA team, which is a very strong chance he could, especially in the East. So, I mean, are you going to give Jaden Ivey 4 years, $140 million? I don't know if you are, because, again, you haven't seen him that much. Jalen Duren definitely is going to get somewhere in that neighborhood, I think. But Jaden Ivey, I don't know if he will. So it's tough to say. We got to make a big decision on him. I think Asar Thompson, if he gets a jump shot going together, he's going to be one of the best two-way players in the NBA. Duren, like I said, I think K's going to make him Dwight Howard 2.0. You cannot get rid of Duren. I had a lot of speculation, a lot of doubts for Duren when we drafted him, but he's an 18, 19-year-old kid. It's his fourth season in the NBA. He's averaging 19, 12 right now with like a couple blocks and a couple steals a game. And I just don't see the need for the Pistons to make a really aggressive move at the deadline this year because you have such a nice young core, arguably the best young core in the East, I think, right now. Which is crazy to say, considering the fact that the Pistons lost 28 games in a row 2 years ago. And we have an MVP caliber player in Cade Cunningham. We're hoping to have a nice two-way guard in Jaden Ivey to go alongside him. We have a center who at 21 years old is only going to get better and could potentially be on the Olympic team in a couple years with Cade if he keeps improving. And like I said, like exactly, BD, like if we get a guy like Malik Beasley back, another three-point shooter, spacing the floor, you saw what Beasley did for this floor spacing last year for the Pistons, and it worked out tremendously in Cade's favor. So we're going to see what happens, but it's going to be crazy. Because there's a window in the NBA. Do you keep building? Do you go out and make trades? Do you stand pat? It's really hard to say if you're a GM, considering the fact that this is Trajan Langdon's second season with the Pistons. Like J.B. Bickerstaff, our head coach, and Trajan Langdon, they've done an amazing job the last 2 years. And again, the ironic thing is Troy Weaver built the majority of this team that you're seeing right now, right? Like he drafted Asar, he drafted Duren, he drafted Cade, he drafted Ivy. That's four pieces immediately to why the Pistons' success has prevailed this year so far. Ron Holland and Chaz Lanier, that's been the two picks that he's made as a GM, Trajan Langdon. So it's weird because like Troy Weaver, like he got booed a lot, but he did a lot of dirty work to kind of get to where we are now. But at the same time, he went out and made horrible free agent decisions and got guys like Bojan Bogdanovic. He traded for James Wiseman. That whole experiment failed. Traded away Sadiq Bey, who actually kind of liked. So it's tough. We're going to see what happens with the Pistons at the trade deadline this year. But it's amazing because, like, we have a legit superstar on our team. And we have not had a legit superstar on our team since Isaiah Thomas. Like, that 04 Pistons team was really good. We won the finals that year. But there wasn't really a lot of huge names on that team. Just a bunch of really solid players, but no, like, MVP superstar player. And that, right now, is Cade Cunningham. And when you hit the number one pick in the lottery and you get a superstar generational talent like you do in Cade Cunningham, your team can make the finals. So now it's going to come down to management, coaching, what Trajan Langdon does. And I'm excited. We're playing with house money. I mean, if you told me 2 years ago that to start the 2025 season, we would have the best record in the East right now, I would laugh you in the face. Yeah, we also drafted Beef Stew. Yep. Yeah, that was a Troy Weaver move. We also drafted Isaiah Stewart during that move. So he really built this whole team, but we didn't really give him a full chance. And part of the reason why is because he made horrible free agent signings. That was why he kind of got fired. If he made just one splash in free agency, he got Tobias Harris a year earlier, and the Pistons, don't have that 28-game losing streak, he's probably still the GM of the Pistons right now. But yeah, Monty Williams, I think he was a huge reason why we had that 28-game disaster, because Monty Williams basically checked out, right? He didn't really want to coach anymore. He had like family stuff he had to take care of off the court, and Tom Gores was like, here, you want this? I'll give you a bunch of money. He's like, okay, I'll take it. And it didn't really work out. And then he just kind of ate his contract. And then, we hired J.B. Bickerstaff, who's been phenomenal. And I don't really know why the Cavs let go of J.B. Bickerstaff. Never really understood why they did that, considering the fact that the Cavs were, like, at the time, the best team in the East, arguably, like, along with the Knicks and the Celtics. Like, they were, like, up there with, like, one of the best young cores with Mobley and Mitchell and Garland. But they got rid of him. And Pistons are like, hey, you want to come to the Pistons? JB Bickerstaff's like, sure. And first year makes the playoffs, 6th seed. Outstanding. So it's going to come down to the health of this young core and Jaden Ivey. If he can take a huge step forward and become just like, you know, an 18-5-5 a guy night, 18 points, 5 assists, 5 boards a night guy, I think you're going to see this Pistons team, the sky's the limit. But again, we gotta stay healthy and take control of our own destiny here. So, going to be interesting moving forward. But start of the third quarter here, thank God. I never usually know what to say when I do these halftime shows. I'm like, hey, let's talk about the progression of this Pistons team. So hopefully you guys enjoy my little blabber on nonsense. So, like the live stream, subscribe if you guys are new. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Pistons 68, Bulls 52. Pistons are shorthanded like crazy tonight in this basketball game. But listen, we're up 16. We're moving and grooving. And we're going to see if the Pistons can put the nail in the coffin here. Good deal, man. So, start of the third quarter here. Pistons and Bulls back out on the floor here. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the chat here. Pistons regain possession here. Jenkins off the foot of Jones. Going to stay here with Pistons basketball. Yeah, he was having some family issues. So God bless his wife. His wife was having some issues, and he didn't really want to return, and hopefully she's okay, and fully understandable. But he didn't really want to come back to coaching, Monty Williams, and then he came back. Suns let him go. He came in for 1 year, and then he kind of checked out, you know. Pistons stole it over here. Back the other way for the Pistons. Layup is good to go here. Nice play by the Bulls. And Jones with the hoop there. Jenkins for 3 off the mark here. B-ball Paul Reed with the rebound and puts it home. And the Pistons are up 70-54 here. 11:25 left to play here in the third quarter. Kevin Huerter with the basketball, guarded by Javonte Green, working inside. And that is going to be a bucket and a foul, I believe. Okoro, did that shot count or was that on the floor? I think it was on the floor. Yeah, I think it's going to be staying on the floor here for the Bulls. I think the foul call was caught before the shot went up. Yeah, so it's going to stay here with the Bulls. Back outside of Matis. Matis inside to Vucevic. Vucevic is going to be fouled by Paul Reed. It's going to stay here, man. So a couple quick fouls here for the Pistons in the second half. Trying to regain possession here for the Pistons. 70-54 basketball game. Pistons up 16. Hopefully my internet and Wi-Fi has been all right tonight. It's been lagging a couple times, but it's been pretty good for the most part. Huerter going to his left. Jump shot inside the lane is up and in. 70-56 basketball game. Pistons come back down the other way. Dennis Jenkins with the basketball. Paul Reed working outside top of the key, guarded by Vucevic. Duncan Robinson with the basketball. Works outside to Javonte Green, working on Bazulis. Javonte Green off the glass, in and out. It's going to be boarded by Mates, and the Pistons are on the fast break, come back the other way. Mates shot no good, but it's boarded inside by the Bulls. 70-58 basketball game for Okoro. And the Pistons are up by 12 here. Jenkins with the basketball all the way around to Ron Holland for 3. Ron Holland off the side of the backboard, way off the mark here. Up to Kevin Huerter for the slam. 70-60 basketball game, and just like that, 16-point lead, now all of a sudden a 10-point lead. Pistons take a timeout here. That is their third of the game. 70-60, we got a commercial break coming up here. So again, you see how fast the leads can change here in the NBA. Pistons 70, Bulls 60, and all of a sudden, man, like you just saw, like Pistons, they got to keep their foot on the gas here because the Bulls have a nice young group of guys that are ready to come back with a vengeance here. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the chat, guys. Like the live stream, subscribe if you guys are new. Appreciate you guys all tuning in to the show tonight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. $70-60 basketball game. It's going to go down to the wire, I think. I think you're going to see a couple points swing back and forth here from multiple different guys on the Bulls, and we're going to have to keep it going here. Yeah, JB Bickerstaff's been great for us. Again, I love the guy that he gets fired for no reason. Like the Cavs, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the Cavs, the year he got fired, they were like a top 3 team in the East. I believe they were a top 3 team in the East. And then they lose first round. I can't remember who they lost to in the playoffs, but they just basically got rid of them. And for no reason at all. And the Pistons are like, hey, we'll take you. But I love those type of guys where they're like, they got fired for no reason. They have a chip on their shoulder, and they come to Detroit, and JB's like, oh, well, my franchise point guard's name's Cade Cunningham. I'll happily take that job. And he's been doing a great job for the Pistons so far this year. Shout out to JB Bickerstaff. Shout out to Trajan Langdon. Even Tom Gores, got to give him his flowers. He was a horrible owner for so many years when he bought the Pistons, and he's showing some love back to the city of Detroit. He cares about his team. He had to eat that entire deal contract that he gave Monty Williams out of pocket because he wants to win so bad. So shout out to Gores as well. Lost a lot of his stars in the playoffs and still got fired. Yeah, which is like unfair. Like if you lose your stars in the playoffs, you can't really fire the coach if you're losing your best player. It's like, I can't start the car if the engine and the transmission's blown. You're gonna try to start a car with like just a battery, bunch of bench players. Like, it's not gonna work. Yeah, absolutely crazy. Coming back from commercial break here, Pistons up 70, Bulls 60. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. Happy Veterans Day, by the way, guys, yesterday. Shout out to all the veterans out there. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for putting your lives on the line for us every day. You guys are the real heroes, man. Firefighters, police officers, EMS, veterans, you guys are the real deal. None of this celebrity crap. Like, you guys are the real heroes. Duncan Robinson back outside the other way. Inside to Javonte Green. Javonte Green all the way to the hole. No good. Inside to Paul Reed. Paul Reed back outside of Duncan Robinson for 3. In and out. No good. Duncan Robinson tried to get his 6th 3 of the game here. And the Pistons are trying to play defense, come back the other way. Kevin Huerter with the basketball, working inside on Duncan Robinson. Outside to Vucevic. Vucevic works all the way around the hole to Matas. And Matas is going to get fouled here by B-Ball Paul. And it's going to stay here with the Chicago Bulls. No Kobe White, no Josh Giddey for the Bulls. That's their 2 big pieces of this offense. So when they're both out, gotta try and take advantage of the Pistons here. Trying to get revenge again from week 1, for the day 1 when the first game happened. Pistons back the other way here. Paul Reed at the top of the key. Duncan Robinson trying to find another shot here outside of Javonte Green. All the way around to Ron Holland. Jenkins with the basketball, working on Matas. Spin shot, jump shot, all the way around. No good, off the rim. Vucevic tips it to his boy Jones. And Jones the other way for the Pistons. For the Bulls, excuse me. Matas come back the other way. Vucevic top of the key. Huerter worked with the basketball. Matas almost lost it. Gets it back. Top of the key. Half court for Matas, working on Duncan Robinson. Matas versus Duncan Robinson. One-on-one. Matas all the way to the hole. Left-handed layup is good. And the Bulls cut the deficit all the way back down to 8. Yeah, the truck drivers too. Good point, BD. Shout out to the truck drivers too. The Farmers. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Paul Reed inside. Working on Jones. Reverse slam. Gets it to go. How about Paul Reed with the reverse slam? Working inside. First shot no good. Got his own rebound and puts it back up and in with the reverse slam. 12.6 boards for Paul Reed tonight. Bulls and Jones working inside. Gets it back outside to Vucevic for 3. Vucevic no good. Inside to Ron Holland with the basketball with the rebound. Ron Holland to full court. Working on Jones. Paul Reed sets the screen. Ron Holland uses it to his right. Gets it to go. Tough shot from Ron Holland going in at Vucevic. Bulls back the other way. And Kevin Huerter with a nice return layup for the Bulls here. 74-64 Pistons. Dennis Jenkins with the basketball, working inside on Huerter. Huerter back outside to Paul Reed, top of the key. Paul Reed just lost it. Matas with the steal, but Jenkins gets it back here. Works outside all the way to Ron Holland for the slam to B-ball Paul Reed for the alley-oop. What a play there. The ball just kind of pinballed around there. Ron Holland came up with it. Paul Reed was wide open under the basket and gets it to go for an alley-oop slam. Pistons up 12 here. 7:30 left to play here in the third quarter. Tyus Jones with the basketball. Works all the way around to the hole. Inside to Kevin Huerter. Jump shot no good. Vucevic gets his own rebound off the mark here. Pistons up the mark here, and it's going to be out of bounds. And Ron Holland goes all the way into the stands. He's trying to say hi to a couple friends of his in the stands. Yeah, try to get up to Ron Holland for like a fast break, and it's just kind of too far of a pass for Ron Holland to catch, and it's going to be a turnover there for the Pistons. Sometimes they can play a little bit too fast, and it gets out of control there. Pistons 76, Bulls 64. 7:23 left to play here in the third quarter. Paul Reed, 14 points. That's a career high for the Pistons. He's had better numbers before on other teams, but that's the most as a Piston that he's had tonight so far. Bulls, Ayo Dosunmu all the way to the hole. No good. Boarded by Paul Reed. Outside of Dennis Jenkins. Back to Duncan Robinson. Thought about a three. He is swarmed to the three-point line tonight. Duncan Robinson blocked by the Bulls here and Okoro. And back the other way. Here come the Bulls back the other way here. Bulls gets it outside to Vucevic. Vucevic working inside on Ron Holland. Ron Holland just steals it right out of Vucevic's hands. It's going to be called for a jump ball. And the Pistons are going to be going to a jump ball here. Nice defense from Ron Holland there to force Vucevic to kind of give it up there. Ron Holland's a really nice, scrappy young player the Pistons have. Coming off the bench usually for us. He's starting in this game tonight, but he's been able to shoot the three a little bit too. Pistons regain possession here somehow off that Vucevic jump ball. I don't know how that happened. Dennis Jenkins with the basketball inside of Duncan Robinson. Back outside of Ron Holland, who's guarded by Ayo Dosunmu. Ron Holland, right-handed jump shot off the mark here. Vucevic with the basketball. Coming back the other way for the Bulls. Bulls and Ayo Dosunmu. It's going to be a foul called, though, on Dennis Jenkins. He's going to pick up his, I believe, third foul here. 6:30 left to play here in the third quarter. If you guys are new to the stream, hit the like button, subscribe. Welcome to the show. We're going to be doing a bunch of Pistons basketball games this year. Lions games, Thursday night football games, all that good stuff. Jenkins has been awesome. He's been such a good player for us past couple of games. He's literally the reason why we won that game a couple days ago. I mean, he doesn't hit that three to tie it, and then he hit a three to get it down to 2 on Monday as well. People forget about that. Patrick Williams with the basketball back outside. Dosunmu, bunch of pump fakes working all the way around. Top of the key here for Okoro. Okoro hits a huge three here. 76-67 basketball game. 6 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Caris LeVert, Javonte Green, Paul Reed, Dennis Jenkins, and Chaz Lanier all on the floor here. Caris LeVert, backdoor cut, nice pass. And the Pistons take a 78-67 lead. Nice pass from Paul Reed to find Caris LeVert backdoor. Bulls working on Caris LeVert. Okoro all the way to the rim. He gets swarmed at the rim. He finishes nicely with the left hand. Okoro with a nice dish. And the Pistons are up 9 here. That's 10 points for Isaac Okoro. Chaz Lanier, top of the key here. Thought about a three. Step back. Decided to change his mind. Back outside Javonte Green. Javonte Green all the way to the hole. Left-handed hoop. Count the bucket and the foul. Javonte Green working inside. Uses his left hand. Crosses over. Hits the bucket. And Javonte Green's going to go to the free throw line. Nice left-handed hoop from Javonte Green. And the Pistons are going to try and complete a three-point play here. The old school way to get a three-point play. 80-69 Pistons, about to be 81-69. Pistons are the 37-1 opportunities this season, the tie most in the NBA. That's awesome for the Pistons. Especially if Cade can get to the free throw line more this year. Just out of this world if he can get more to the free throw line. Javonte Green, free throw on the way, is no good, so he can't hit the three-point play. 5:24 left to play here in the third quarter. Pistons up 11. Bulls the basketball. Come back the other way. It's going to be a foul called on Dennis Jenkins, working on Jones. 5:21 left to play here in the third quarter. 80-69 Pistons over the Bulls so far. Yeah, they've been playing so well so far, BD. I'm impressed with these young guys. Smith with the basketball gives it outside to Carter, who checks into the game here. Carter thought about a three, works it all the way around to Patrick Williams, bodying up on Javonte Green. Corner three for Ayo Dosunmu, no good. Paul Reed with the basketball. Gives it up to Dennis Jenkins. Jenkins all the way Working inside, cut, backdoor pass from Karis LeVert. Nice find from Dennis Jenkins, 82-69 Pistons. Finding a cutting Karis LeVert under the hoop. Smith with the basketball back outside to Carter at the top of the key. Carter works the ball all the way around to Dosunmu, defended by Karis LeVert. Dosunmu working inside, thought about it again. Back outside Carter, and it's going to be out of bounds off Karis LeVert last, and it's going to be Bulls basketball here with about 5 seconds left on the shot clock. 82-69 Pistons. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. Helps me out. It's free. It helps out the stream. Welcome to the party. Commercial break underway. 4:34 left to play here in the third quarter. Pistons 82, Bulls 69. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the show. Welcome to the party. Let me know who's here in the chat. We are live. Commercial break underway for the Pistons. Yeah, MLB just announced a couple awards. Tarek Skubal just got his second Cy Young Award winner. Welcome to the party. $82-69 Pistons. What's up, One Wheel Brady? How you doing? Nuggets versus Clippers. That's a tough one. Clippers have a lot of injuries. Wow, Nuggets and Clippers. Let me see what the the report is here. Let's see who's in, who's out. Denver's minus 5.5 on the road. Is Jokic healthy? No Bradley Beal, no Kawhi Leonard out for the season. That's tough for the Clippers. I would lay it. I would lay it with the Nuggets. Don't take my word for it. But if Jokic is healthy, I mean, yeah, I would probably lean Nuggets in that one. Jokic is going to be probably having another MVP type season here. Jokic, Luka, Victor's up there. Cade is on his way. If the Pistons get the number 1 seed in the East, how do you not consider Cade for an MVP finalist? Seriously. If the Pistons finish as the 1 seed in the East this year, how do you not consider Cade for MVP? How do you not? What's up, Brian? They didn't know they were playing the Bulls. Of course, they're stinking it up. Yeah, they've been back and forth tonight, but yeah, Pistons have maintained possession. What's up, Brian? Right. Unless they're bench players. Yeah, it's tough to say, but yeah, 5.5. I mean, I'll probably be wrong, and the Clippers will cover it, but yeah, I've been so bad with picking games, dude. I'm on a whole other world atmosphere right now. So Pistons get back from commercial break here. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. What's going on, everybody? How we doing, guys? Bulls inbound the basketball here. Working outside to the left here. Herter inside. No good. Pistons back the other way here. Can we get my stream to come back here? Okay, we're back. Back outside here, inside to Paul Reed. Sorry about that, guys. We lost connection for like 5 seconds. My internet is so stupid right now. Backdoor cut, pass inside from B-ball Paul to Karis LeVert for the slam. 84-69 Pistons. Nice play from Karis LeVert. Another good bounce pass from Paul Reed to Karis LeVert there. And the Bulls turn it over here. Williams and Smith not on the same page here, and the Pistons regain possession once again here. 84-69 Pistons. Appreciate you guys all tuning in the stream. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. What's going on, everyone? How we doing? 4 to play in the third here. Here we go. Karis LeVert, top of the key, working on the Bulls. Outside of Chaz Lanier for 3. No good. Off the mark. Carter with the rebound. Carter coming the other way here for the Bulls. Carter working inside to Tolu Smith. No good. Tolu Smith almost got the steal here. Smith for 3. No good. Boarded by Chaz Lanier. Here come the Pistons back the other way. Karis LeVert, top of the key here, working on the Bulls. Karis LeVert all the way to the hole for the slam. Pistons on a 10-0 run here. 86-69 Pistons. 3:30 left to play here in the third quarter. Back outside to Smith. Guarded by Karis LeVert. Working inside for the Pistons. Back outside to Kevin Huerter for 3. Kevin Huerter no good. Bobby Clinton for the rebound. Pistons back the other way. Karis LeVert to full court. Paul Reed sets the screen. Karis LeVert trying to get it back to Paul Reed. No good. Back outside to Chaz Lanier for 3, and he hits it. Huge hoop from Chaz Lanier, and the Pistons are on a 13-0 run here. 89-69. Pistons are up 20. Back outside to Smith. Smith working inside. No good. Pistons back the other way. Bobby Klintman running the fast break. Klintman back outside to Paul Reed. Paul Reed working inside. All the way to the hole. Count the bucket. No good. Oh, almost a... Oh my gosh. They're going to count the foul on the floor. Now they're going to say it's a count basket. Originally, it was called on the floor. And now they're going to say it's a bucket. So Paul Reed goes coast to coast, works inside, and he gets the bucket called and the foul. He's high-fiving fans in the stands right now. He works his way back to the floor. Paul Reed's got 16 points, 9 boards, 5 assists, and 3 steals. Paul Reed trying to complete the three-point play here. Paul Reed gets it to go. How about Paul Reed tonight, man? 90-69 here for the Pistons. 14-0 run for the Pistons. DeSumo all the way to the hole, gets it to go here. He stops the deficit. What a run from the Pistons there. 92-71 Pistons. 2:30 left to play here in the third quarter. Karis LeVert is fouled by Kevin Huerter. Bulls are in the bonus. I believe the Pistons are 1 foul away from being in the bonus here. 92-71. Smith comes in to check out Paul Reed. What a productive night from Paul Reed tonight, dude. Love to freaking see it. Good stuff, man. Pistons 92, Bulls 71. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. What's going on, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. 2:20 left to play here in the third quarter. Karis LeVert working inside. Back outside to Chaz Lanier. It's going to be a travel call, though, on Karis LeVert. He kind of lost his footing. Pistons 92, Bulls 71. Make sure I have the timeouts right here. Yeah, both teams have used 3 timeouts. If I wasn't a Pistons fan, I think we'd be playing the Stars. Right, me too. Like, if you just look at the scoreboard, you didn't really know who the injury report was. You think, oh, Pistons are working it up here. Karis LeVert with the steal. Back the other way for the Pistons. Full court. Karis LeVert on the fast break. Pulls it back here. Jump shot midway. Jump shot no good. Bulls the basketball. Come back the other way. 2 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Javon Carter with the basketball. Fouled by Chaz Lanier. And Javon Carter is going to go to the free throw line here for the Bulls. 92-71 Pistons. If you guys are new to the stream, hit the like button. Subscribe. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. What's up, everybody? Jenkins is currently out on the bench right now for the Pistons. He's not in the game right now. For the Pistons right now, they got Wendell Moore. Pistons on the floor right now have Smith, Wendell Moore, Klintman, LeVert, and Chaz Lanier. Jenkins is on the bench right now. Same with Duncan. What's up, Hilario? How you doing? Good to see you. What's up, Mitherson? What's up, guys? Like and subscribe if you guys knew what's going on, everyone. Chaz Lanier for 3 off the corner. No good. And it's going to be Bulls basketball back the other way. Excuse me, that was Bobby Klintman that shot that. Bulls, Ayo Dosunmu working inside. Tries to get it outside to Smith. Smith back outside of Dosunmu. Thought about a 3. Working on Bobby Klintman. Dosunmu is going to get fouled by Klintman, and Dosunmu is going to go to the free throw line here. 92-71 basketball game. So Dosunmu is going to shoot some free throws. He's going to go back to the line here for the Bulls. Dosunmu at the stripe here. Pistons are down 7 players tonight. That's crazy if you think about that. They're down their whole entire starting five, and then obviously no Sasser and no Jaden Ivey. They've been out since the start of the season. Cade's loving it on the bench. Same with Duran and Beef Stew. Checking on their guys. Adesuma hits the first free throw, and he hits the second one here. Sorry, I forgot to update the scoreboard. 75 right now for the Bulls. There we go. Whoops. There we go. 92-75. 115 for the Pistons. Wendell Moore with the basketball. Outside at 2. Chaz Lanier for 3. Chaz Lanier hits it to go. Huge hoop from Chaz Lanier. 95-75 Pistons. Pistons up 20. Smith with the rebound in the basketball. Smith hits it to go. 95-78. Wendell Moore to full court for the Pistons. Bobby Klintman sets the screen here for Wendell Moore. Back outside to Klintman. Klintman working on Bazulis. Karis LeVert with the basketball. Dances on Mates. Gives it back outside to Chaz Lanier again for 3. No good. Rebounded by the Bulls. Here come the Bulls back the other way. Works all the way around to Mates. Mates for 3. Mates off the rim. And it's going to be a foul call, though, against the ball and a loose ball foul, I believe, on Chaz Lanier. 95-78 Pistons. 29 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. What's going on, everybody? Like and subscribe if you guys are new. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. It's free. It helps out the stream. Appreciate you guys all being here. First free throw on the way is good for the Bulls. Duncan Robinson and Jenkins come back into the game here for the Pistons. Wendell Moore Jr. comes out of the game. 95-79 Pistons. Dalen Terry at the free throw line. Second free throw on the way is no good. Pistons with the rebound. 28 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Karis LeVert, top of the key. Guarded by Terry. Duncan Robinson. Inside is going to get foul called, I believe, on Matas Bazulis. Yeah, it's a really solid rotation tonight for the Pistons. I mean, these are pretty much like all bench warmers minus Karis LeVert and Duncan Robinson. And they've been solid so far. And Holland, I should say. Holland is doing well too. But you get the idea. Our 6 best players are out right now, basically. Karis LeVert the basketball, top of the key, working on the Bulls. Karis LeVert, left side, left hook, no good. Boarded by Tolu Smith, but they're gonna say he didn't get the shot off in time. It's gonna end the third quarter here. So fourth quarter here, commercial break coming underway. Pistons take a 95-79 lead here. And the Pistons are rolling in this game so far. Duncan Robinson, he's having his best game. 17 points. Jenkins, 16 and 8. Karis LeVert, 15 points off the bench. Not too bad. What's up, Rito? $95-79 Pistons. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. They're just going to double check to make sure Tolu Smith didn't get the shot off in time. It looks like on the replay, the ball was still in his hands by the time he put it back up for the rebound. So, bucket's not going to count. Double checking, though, for the official review. Yeah. That call is going to stand. So 9/10 of a second left to play here in the third quarter. It's pretty much fourth quarter, though. They're just trying to confirm the time left on the clock here to make sure they get the time right. Yeah, shot clock violation on the Pistons. Ball is still in Tolu Smith's hand. 95-79 Pistons. Bulls are going to inbound the basketball here, and it's going to be the start of the fourth quarter. Adesuma checks it away from half court. No good. And officially we are in commercial break now. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. What's going on, everybody? We got the fourth quarter stretch coming up. Pistons up 16 heading into the fourth quarter. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the chat. Cade being a leader off the bench, coaching his second unit. And love to see it so far from the Pistons, man. 95-79. Yeah, it's been like all relief pitchers. That's what George Blaha just said. And he's right. You got the starters that are all out. The whole starting rotation's out. And you got basically a whole bunch of relief pitchers trying to hold down the fort here for the Pistons tonight in this game. They've done a pretty good job. So hopefully we can get Cade back Friday and Jalen Duren back Friday. As far as Isaiah Stewart, Asar Thompson, Tobias Harris, you're probably not going to see them until next week if I had to guess. Just want to get some more time to rest up those ankles. The crazy thing is it's been like all ankle injuries too. Cade had like a weird hip contusion. Duren with an ankle injury. Asar with an ankle injury. Tobias with an ankle injury. These ankles are killing the Pistons right now. But listen, when you can have your 6 best players out of the game and you're up 16 against the Bulls in the fourth quarter as the 1 seed at 9-2, that's a very good sign for production from the role players in this one. Especially for the young guys like Bobby Clintman, Tolu Smith, Wendell Moore Jr., you know, the Chaz Lanier even, like the guys that don't usually ever see minutes for a fully Piston healthy team. It's good to get their confidence to show that they actually belong, you know what I mean? So it's really hard to say when they get their first minutes, you know, they look kind of shaky, like respectively so. But then they get in the groove and the move of things and they find their way eventually. But looking good so far for the Pistons. 95-79 here. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. What's going on, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are having a great, fantastic night. We're going to be doing Pistons and 76ers Friday night. That's an NBA Cup game. That's a home game, too, for the Pistons. So I'm curious to see who the 76ers roll out there. You know, that was a phenomenal game a couple days ago when we beat the Sixers. See if Embiid's back for the Sixers during that time. But yeah, I mean, stars of the game so far, Paul Reed, Karis LeVert, Duncan Robinson, Dennis Jenkins. Start of the fourth quarter here coming up here for the Pistons. Patrick Williams with the basketball, tries to get inside. No good. And it's going to be a foul call, though, on, I believe, Dennis Jenkins. And Patrick Williams is going to go to the free throw line here. 95-79 Pistons. Tolu Smith is going to get called for the foul there. 11:41 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Patrick Williams off the mark. First free throw, no good. Bulls are 9 for 17 from the free throw line tonight. Second free throw on the way is up and in for the Bulls. 95-80 basketball game. No Josh Giddey. No Kobe White for the Bulls. Pistons are shorthanded like crazy tonight. Dennis Jenkins with the basketball trying to find his man inside for a foul call that's going to be getting it to Tolu Smith. It's going to stay here on the floor for the Pistons. I would assume it was called for the foul there. They're going to get Matas Bazulis and Kevin Huerter back into the game here for the Bulls. 11:29 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. What's up? What's up? Dennis Jenkins back outside of Duncan Robinson. Mid-range jump shot. No good off the glass here. It's going to stay with the Bulls, though. Come back the other way. Matas with the basketball, guarded by Bobby Clintman. Back outside to Kevin Huerter. Huerter, thinking about a three, changes his mind, goes at Duncan Robinson, inside the paint. Kevin Huerter off the glass, no good. And Tolu Smith with the rebound. Back the other way, Dennis Jenkins to full court. Dennis Jenkins back outside for three. Chaz Lanier, no good. And Matas Bazulis with the rebound. Bulls back the other way. 95-80 basketball game. 11 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. Matas working inside on Dennis Jenkins. And Dennis Jenkins is going to get called for a blocking foul. on Mates. So it's going to stay here with the Chicago Bulls. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you guys are new. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. We're going to be doing as many Pistons basketball games as we can this year. Shout out to all the Bulls fans watching as well. 10:47 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Mates is going to inbound the basketball. He's guarded by Bobby Klintman. Back inside to Patrick Williams. Outside to Dosunmu, guarded by Duncan Robinson. Tries to make a man miss, and it's going to be stolen away by Duncan Robinson. Here come the Pistons back the other way. Dennis Jenkins with the basketball. Inside to Bobby Klintman. He's going to get blocked, though, by Matas Bazulis. And the Bulls are coming back the other way. Kevin Huerter going straight at Duncan Robinson to the hole. Count the bucket and the foul. Kevin Huerter, huge hoop for the Bulls. And Kevin Huerter is going to go to the free throw line to try to complete a three-point play. 95-82 basketball game. 10:25 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Jones checks into the basketball game for the Bulls. Kevin Huerter, been on a couple different teams. Solid three-point shooter throughout his career. Duncan Robinson, he sits back down. He's got 5 fouls in this game, so they got to be careful with Duncan Robinson. Kevin Huerter, first free throw on the way is up and in. Oh, no, it's not. It's out. It's in and out. I thought it was going to fall down there. So no good, no three-point play for the Bulls. Vucevic still on the bench for the Bulls. Pistons have Tolu Smith, Dennis Jenkins, Bobby Klintman, Chaz Lanier, and Karis LeVert on the floor here. Tolu Smith working inside Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams drops. No good for the Pistons. Back the other way for the Bulls. Patrick Williams back outside to Okoro, who hits a huge three, and all of a sudden it's a 10-point basketball game. Big hoop from Okoro. 10-point game here for the Pistons. 9:50 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Back outside to Chaz Lanier for 3, no good. Bulls the other way. Nikola Vucevic, he's still on the bench right now. What's going on, KMC? And Buzelis for 3. He's going to get fouled. And Bazulis is going to shoot 3 free throws here. And all of a sudden, you're going to be in the single-digit territory for the Chicago Bulls. Got to put the pedal to the metal in this one. You can't let up off the gas offensively. So Matas Bazulis, he's shooting 3 free throws here. Pistons up 10, 9:30 left to play here in the basketball game. Bazulis, first free throw on the way. Up and in. 95-86 Pistons. If you guys are new to the stream, hit the follow button, like and subscribe. What's going on, everybody? 95-86 Pistons. 9:30 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Cade anxiously waiting on the bench, watching his young guys try to close this one out here. Mata's second free throw on the way is up and in. 95-87 basketball game. Javonte Green checks back into the basketball game for the Pistons here. Like the live stream if you guys are new. Subscribe. What's up, everyone? This could come down to a final shot. This is a good basketball team we're facing here in the Bulls. Mates' third free throw on the way is up and good. So Mates hits all 3 free throws here. And the Pistons are up 7 with 9:30 left to play here. We led by 23 with 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Dennis Jenkins trying to get the offense back and going. Blocked at the rim by the Bulls. Mates tried to save it. Back up the other way. Here come the Bulls with the basketball. Back up to Huerter. Huerter going at the rim. Gets his own rebound. And we have a 5-point game. Pistons 95, Bulls 90. Karis LeVert trying to get things going. Bobby Klintman trying to set the screen. Javonte Green rolls off of it, goes to the rim, gets it to go. Huge hoop for the Pistons. Try to stop that run from the Bulls there. 97-90. 9 minutes left to play here in the game. Matas Bazulis goes all the way to the hole, gets it to go. He wanted a foul call. No foul called. 97-92. Bazulis has got 14 points. Bulls steal it. Back inside. And it's going to be a foul called on Javonte Green. So they steal it off the inbound pass, and the Bulls are going to go to the free throw line here, down 5. This game just got a whole lot interesting. 97-92 Pistons. Bazulis got a nice layup, and the camera didn't show it, but the Bulls stole it off the inbound pass, and Trey Jones is at the free throw line here. Gets it to go. We have a 4-point basketball game. What's up, Ryan? Paul Reed and Ron Holland both check in for the Pistons. Hopefully my internet can handle this. My internet's been so weird tonight. I don't know what's going on with it. 97-93 Pistons. 8:45 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Jones, second free throw on the way, is up and in, and we have a 3-point basketball game. In the fourth quarter, Pistons up 3. Here we go, folks. Down the stretch, who wants it more? Karis LeVert with the basketball. 8:30 left to play here. Dennis Jenkins, top of the key, trying to set up the offense. Working inside the B-ball. Paul, stolen away by the Bulls. Here come the Bulls back the other way. Okoro all the way to the rim. Rejected by Jenkins, but there's a foul called. And the Bulls are going to go back to the free throw line here. That's a foul called on Karis LeVert. 3-point basketball game. In the stretch of the fourth quarter, the Bulls were down 23 with 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter, and they are 2 free throws away from making this a 1-point game. Okoro, first free throw on the way, is up and in. 97-95 basketball game. Dosunmu comes into the game for the Bulls. 8:26 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Bulls, second free throw on the way. We have a 1-point basketball game. 97-96, 8:20 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Karis LeVert with the basketball, top of the key, tries to get it inside to B-ball Paul. B-ball Paul gets the bucket and the foul inside. Huge hoop from the Pistons, much needed. Gets it inside to Paul Reed. Nice dish from Karis LeVert. And Herter literally bear hugged him. And Paul Reed's strong finish up and in. Herter can't believe it. Herter literally had a bear crawl around Paul Reed, and Paul Reed somehow got that shot up. What a shot from Paul Reed. 99-96 Pistons. Paul Reed to make it a 3-point play. Gets it to go. 100-96 basketball game. If you guys are new to the stream, like and subscribe. It's free. It helps my sanity. 8 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. Ayo Dosunmu with the basketball. Working inside to the hole. Right-handed layup off the rim. Volleyball spiked it back out to Ron Holland on the fast break. Ron Holland coast to coast for the slam. 102-96 Pistons. How about Ron Holland with the slam? And the Pistons regain their offense. Ron Holland, 9 points, 4 boards, 2 steals. Montes Bazulis with the basketball. They're in the bonus. Works all the way to the hole. Left-handed layup, no good. Pistons regain possession here. And it's going to be a foul called on Kevin Herter trying to guard Ron Holland. They're going to see if this is a loose ball foul, by the way. This is going to be interesting. What a volleyball spike from Dennis Jenkins up to Ron Holland for the slam. Pistons 102, Bulls 96. If you guys are new to the stream, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the follow button. What is up, everyone? We got a doozy on our hands tonight, folks. Pistons 102, Bulls 96. Fourth quarter, Kevin Herter fouls Ron Holland. Herter's got 16 points and 5 fouls here. 7:43 left to play here in the fourth quarter. If you remember, I believe Montes Bazulis and was it Ron Holland or Asar Thompson? They were G League Ignite teammates. I think it was Montes and Ron Holland, I'm pretty sure. So they're chatting it up on the floor here. Former G League Ignite teammates before they got drafted. Going against each other here. B-ball Paul Reed with the basketball. Back outside to Karis LeVert. LeVert working on Patrick Williams. Trying to make a man miss. Back outside to Paul Reed. Paul Reed back to Jenkins. Jenkins with the basketball. It's going to be a loose ball foul called against the basket on Paul Reed for an offensive screen. And the Bulls regain possession here. It's still anybody's game. 102-96 Pistons. 7:30 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Jones with the basketball. Working outside to Bazulis. Bazulis for 3. Off the go. And it's going to be Bulls basketball. Refs couldn't decide who it fell off of. And they're going to say it was last touch by Jenkins. Pistons 102. Bulls 96. 7 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. Jones with the basketball. Guarded by Dennis Jenkins. Vucevic checks back in. Inside to Patrick Williams for the slam. 102-98 Pistons. 4-point game with 7 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. Dennis Jenkins with the basketball at the top of the key. Duncan Robinson's checking back in for the Pistons. He's got 5 fouls. Paul Reed sets the screen. Dennis Jenkins off the glass. No good. Paul Reed with the rebound. And Paul Reed puts it back in. Paul Reed with some huge minutes down the stretch. One of the most underrated Pistons that we've had. Bulls with the basketball back outside to Vucevic. Vucevic working inside, tries to get a pass call. It's going to be a foul called, I believe, on Bazulis. Ron Holland tried to steal it, and he kind of leaned into him. And Ron Holland with the aggressiveness, and it's going to be Pistons basketball coming back the other way. 104-98 Pistons, 6:40 left to play here in the fourth quarter. The bench loves it, and Paul Reed has been putting in minutes like there's no tomorrow. What a possession from the Pistons here. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. It's free. It helps out the stream. If you guys decide you hate my guts later after the stream ends, you can unsubscribe and I won't feel offended. I promise. I might cry, but not too much. What is happening, everyone? Hopefully you guys are all doing fantastic. Welcome to the party, ladies and gentlemen. How are we feeling? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up, Dina? So some stats for you guys. 104-98. Pistons take a timeout. They got 3 timeouts left here. Bulls have 4. 6:40 left to play here in the game. Herder's been the leading scorer for the Bulls. He's got 16 points. Paul Reed, 22 points, 10 boards, 5 assists. He's been the man tonight. Duncan Robinson putting in some big threes. Dennis Jenkins leading the way at point guard. Karis LeVert, 15 off the bench. Not bad from the Pistons tonight, considering that literally our whole team is out right now. No Cade, no Tobias, no Asar, no Ivy, no Duran, no Beef Stew. And we are playing with bench warmers and Karis LeVert and Duncan and Ron Holland right now. Absolutely insane. Oh, thanks, PA. There we go. Still in a commercial break here. Pistons up 6 with 6:40 left to play here in the game. Still anybody's basketball game. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. What's going on, everyone? We're going to be doing a bunch of Pistons games this year. Lions games, Sunday Night Football this weekend, Eagles and Lions. Thursday Night Football tomorrow night, Jets and Patriots. What is going on? Still in a commercial break here. Pistons are in a timeout. Looking to see if they can close this one out here. This would be a nice win for the Pistons if they can do it. I mean, both teams are playing without their best players. Cade Cunningham coaching Paul Reed and Dennis Jenkins on the bench right now. Love to see it, man. Cade Cunningham will win an MVP one day for the Pistons. And it just took them 4-5 years in the NBA for people to finally realize it. Paul Reed, 22, Duncan, 17, Jenkins, 16, Karis LeVert, 15. They're all outscoring their normal averages on the season tonight. Back from the commercial break here. Pistons up 6 in the fourth quarter. Dennis Jenkins back the other way for the Pistons. 6:34 left to play here. Pistons are on a 7-2 run the last 2 minutes of the game. Paul Reed thought about an inside jump shot, guarded by Vucevic, gets his own rebound back. Jenkins for the mid-range jump shot is good. 106-98 Pistons. Pistons regain to an 8-point lead here. Jenkins gets back on the floor here for the Pistons. Jenkins had a mid-range jump shot. Bulls all the way to the hole. Nice play from the Bulls there. 100-106. Nice play from Jones to finish at the hole. Ron Holland with the basketball back outside to Paul Reed. Paul Reed with the basketball. Outside to Javonte Green, who's guarded by Dosunmu. Javonte Green tried to get inside to Paul Reed. Steals it by Bazulis all the way to the rim, gets it to go. 106-102 Pistons. 5:42 left to play here. Both teams in the bonus. Ron Holland with the basketball the other way. Layup, no good. Boarded by Vucevic. Here come the Bulls back the other way on the fast break, led by Ayo Dosunmu. Uzelis with the basketball back outside all the way around to Okoro. Vucevic at the top of the key. Matis tried to make a man miss inside to Vucevic. Corner for Okoro, working on Ron Holland. Ron Holland trying to defend Okoro, and it's going to be a timeout from the Bulls with 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Bulls go to a timeout here. Bulls are down 4 with 5 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. If you guys are new to the stream, like the stream, subscribe. If you guys are new, hopefully you guys are all doing fantastic. Welcome to the party. I love these exciting endings to games. I wish I could have called the Pistons game on Monday, but I was not here. So, I love these close games to end it out, man. Hopefully the Pistons can take care of business. But credit to the Bulls, though. They were down 23 with 2 minutes left to play here in the third quarter, and they've worked all the way back to cut the deficit back down to 4. So, not bad. What's up, Dane Francis? How you doing, dude? What's going on? Pistons got to close this one out here. Pistons are 9-2. They're looking to go to 10-2, keep the number 1 seed in the East right now. Pistons literally have their entire starting 5 out tonight, minus Duncan Robinson. And they're trying to rely on Dennis Jenkins, Paul Reed. He's been putting in some big minutes tonight for the Pistons down the stretch here. So we're going to see. It's going to be a good game down the stretch here. These 5 minutes are going to be good. Still in a commercial break right now. 106-102 Pistons. 5:15 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Both teams have 3 timeouts left. And this is going to be an interesting inbounds play from the Bulls here. They got 5 seconds left on the shot clock. So let's see what they draw up here for the Bulls. We're going to be doing Pistons and 76ers for Friday night basketball. Looking forward to that. It's going to be an NBA Cup game play. That's going to be a home game for the Pistons. So curious to see what their Cup court logo looks like. Last year we had it was like a navy neon blue look. So kind of interesting. What's up, Shoza? Can the Bulls win this? Right now, it's anybody's game. This is a big possession coming back from commercial break right now. Bulls have the ball with the timeout right now, and they have 5 seconds left on the shot clock. BD says we're going to need to start a full court press. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what JB Bickerstaff does for his defensive rotations here down the stretch, but Pistons 106, Bulls 102. Still in a commercial break right now. Back from a commercial break. Huge play here from the Bulls on the inbound pass. Bulls are looking to score here to cut it down to a 1-possession game. Vucevic, the Pistons have done a phenomenal job defending tonight. He's one of their best players, and they've held him to 4 points and 6 boards tonight. 5:15 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Jones looking to inbound the basketball. Inside to Ayo Dosunmu. Dosunmu working inside. Layup, no good. And the Pistons regain possession here. Saved by Paul Reed to full court. Here comes Caris LeVert with the basketball. 5 minutes left to play in the game. Both teams are in the bonus. Caris LeVert. Paul Reed set the screen, top of the key. Now sets it for Dennis Jenkins. Jenkins going into the hole. Paul Reed, left-handed layup is up and in. Jenkins finds Paul Reed under the hoop. 108-102 Pistons. Ayo Dosunmu for 3. No good. Boarded by Paul Reed, the man of the hour tonight. He has been everywhere for the Pistons tonight. Caris LeVert, top of the key. Back outside, Duncan Robinson for 3. Hits it to go. Huge hoop from Duncan Robinson. 111-102. And the Bulls take a timeout. What a possession off the timeout from the Bulls. Duncan Robinson is feeling himself tonight, and the Pistons have a 9-point lead here with 4:30 left to play in the fourth quarter. What a possession from the Pistons there. A couple huge hoops. Paul Reed under the layup, and they find Duncan for a wing corner 3, and the Pistons have a 9-point lead with 4:33 left to play in the game. We got a commercial break coming up right now. Huge play for the Pistons. Paul Reed tonight has put in so many solid, productive minutes for the Pistons. Even when Isaiah Stewart and Jalen Duren are both healthy, JB Bickerstaff needs to find a way to get Paul Reed more minutes. He's been so solid down the stretch in the clutch for the Pistons when he's on the floor. And Duncan Robinson is shooting the lights out, and he's playing like the contract that we gave him in the offseason when we signed him. Pistons 111, Bulls 102. Looking good for the Pistons here. 4 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter, coming back from a timeout and a commercial break. Pistons 3 timeouts, Bulls 2 timeouts. If you guys are new to the stream, hit the like button, subscribe. We do pretty much almost every Pistons basketball game this season. Pistons are the 1 seed in the East right now, looking to close it out with literally half their team is injured right now. It's crazy. Bulls, the basketball, coming back the other way. This is a big possession for the Bulls here. 4:30 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Bulls has Vucevic, Herter, Buzelis, Jones, and Okoro out on the floor here. Vucevic, turnaround jump shot is good. Huge hoop for the Bulls there. 111-104 Pistons. Karis LeVert to full court, guarded by Kevin Herter. Gives it up to Dennis Jenkins. Jenkins on the right side, inside to Paul Reed. Thought about it. Hook shot, good. How about B-ball Paul Reed putting in productive clutch shots for the Pistons down the stretch here. 4 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. Bulls with the basketball. Vucevic, top of the key, guarded by B-ball Paul. Kevin Herter thought about a 3, working inside. Back outside to Vucevic for 3. Vucevic no good. Javonte Green saves it, gives it up to Duncan Robinson. Robinson up the gut. Karis LeVert, Euro layup is good, and the Pistons have a 115-104 lead. Kevin Herter with the basketball, all the way to the hole, inside, hits it to go. What's up, Cornelius? How you doing, dude? Detroit basketball. 115-106. JB Bickerstaff wants to take a timeout here. Pistons are up 9. They're looking good. 3:26 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Appreciate you guys all tuning in, man. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. What's going on, everyone? Appreciate you guys all being here. Very blessed to be here. God is great. Looking forward to the rest of the show with you guys, man. I love these endings. I wish I could have been here to call the game for the Wizards game on Monday. Cade Cunningham had an unbelievable triple-double. Everybody online was criticizing him because he missed like 40 shots, but who the heck cares? The Pistons won the game. You have an MVP caliber player in Cade Cunningham on the team. He put the team on his back, and he gave you a 40-point triple-double. Stop talking. Oh my gosh, he missed 35 shots. It's the most shots missed in NBA history. Did we win the basketball game or not? Shut up. People will always find a way to critique every little thing somebody does wrong. 115-106. We got Pistons and 76ers on Friday night as well. 3:26 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Right, exactly, Connor. Who else do you want to take shots besides Cade? It's like, he's Batman. Let Batman do his thing. And we're riding with Batman. It's crazy. 3:26 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Pistons 115, Bulls 106. Pistons trying to get it in bounds. They finally do. Gives it up to Javonte Green to full court here. 3:30 left to play here for the Pistons. Both teams in the bonus here. Each team has 2 timeouts. Jenkins with the basketball. Outside of Duncan Robinson for 3. Hits it to go off the glass. Did he call bank? I don't know if he did, but he's got a 3, and Duncan Robinson is on fire in this game. 21-10 run from the Pistons. Last 5 minutes left to play here. A stole away by Javonte Green for the slam, stolen away, and the Pistons are on cruise control. The bench loves it. They're freaking out. LCA is exploding right now. 120-106 Pistons. 2:45 left to play here in the game. Bulls trying to make something happen here. Patrick Williams, top of the key, going inside to B-ball Paul. Patrick Williams off the mark, and it's going to be a foul called on Duncan Robinson underneath the basket. Oh my goodness, what a play and transition from Duncan Robinson and a steal from Javonte Green on the other way. Duncan Robinson's got 23 points. Paul Reed, 26 and 12. Pistons are going to hopefully win this game. And we have our entire team is out. No Cade, no Tobias, no Isaiah Stewart, no Jaden Ivey, no Jalen Duren. No problem. Dennis Jenkins leading the way. Paul Reed is putting on a show for the Pistons tonight. Duncan Robinson fouled out. He's got 23 points. What a night from Duncan Robinson. Montes Bazulis at the free throw line. Gets it to go here for the Bulls. 120 to 107. 2:35 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Credit to the Bulls, though. They were down 23 points at one point, and they came back, and they cut the deficit all the way down to 2, I think. Bazulis hits the both free throws, 120-108 Pistons. 2:30 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Paul Reed looking to set the screen for Chaz Lanier. Back outside of Dennis Jenkins. Jenkins in the corner for Ron Holland. Ron Holland drives baseline. He's going to get swiped away from the Bulls, though. It's going to stay here with the Pistons. 120-108. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. What's going on, everyone? 2:22 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Chaz Lanier looking to inbound the pass. Backs outside to Javonte Green. Paul Reed with the basketball. Dennis Jenkins top of the key. Lanier set the screen for Dennis Jenkins. Back outside. Chaz Lanier for 3. No good. Bazulis with the rebound. Bulls back the other way. 2 minutes left to play. Bulls need a basket. Herter with the basketball. Back outside to Montes. Montes thought about a 3. Guarded by B-Ball Paul. Montes working right. Going baseline. Drives back outside to Jones. Jones thought about a 3. Working on Ron Holland. Inside to Williams. Williams back outside to Montes. No good. Stolen away by B-Ball Paul. Paul Reed to full court. Paul Reed the other way. Paul Reed, Euro step. And it's going to be a charge called on B-Ball Paul. And it's going to be back the other way for the Bulls. How about B-Ball Paul? Paul Reed, man. Paul Reed has been the saving grace for this team tonight. He needs to get more minutes when Duren and Stewart come back healthy. He has been so solid for the Pistons down the stretch. Pistons 17 turnovers, Bulls 19 turnovers. I think we got another timeout coming. Pistons take a timeout here. They got 1 left. They might challenge this. Paul Reed was going to the rim. Bulls set the charge there. It's a foul call originally on B-Ball Paul, but they're going to see if Paul Reed actually was okay there. Okoro set the charge on him. They're going to take a look at this to make sure there wasn't an actual foul on Okoro. Maybe it was on Paul Reed. Maybe it was on Okoro. They're going to see what happens after the commercial break. 120-108 Pistons. What a game, dude. If you guys are new to the stream, like the live stream, subscribe. Hopefully you guys are all doing fantastic. Hopefully you guys can tolerate my annoying voice and hopefully give you guys an in-depth visual image of what's going on in the game right now. And it's been phenomenal so far to watch this team, man. Pistons hang on to this. They're going to be 10-2 in the East. They're going to be the number 1 seed. Mind you, this was without Cade Cunningham, Tobias Harris, Jaden Ivey, Asar Thompson, and Jalen Duren. All out tonight. Pistons were the underdog going into this game. Let's see what the challenge call is here. Here's the official result. So the unsuccessful challenge, so the call stands. So Paul Reed gets charged with the foul there. Nice job by Okoro setting the charge. So 1:44 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Bulls back the other way, guarded by Jenkins. Kevin Herter with the basketball. Uzelis for 3. No good, off the mark here. Williams with the basketball. He stepped out of bounds, though. What's up, Bears fan for life? Appreciate you stopping in, dude. What's going on, buddy? 1:30 left to play here in the fourth quarter. 120-108. Javonte Green with the basketball. Swarmed, double-teamed by the Bulls. Kevin Herter gets the steal, gets it to go here. Nice play from Kevin Herter, 120-110. 120 Pistons with the basketball up 10 here. Clock is running out for the Bulls. Almost another steal for the Bulls, though. Gets it back, though, from Jenkins. Jenkins at the top of the key, guarded by Williams. Jenkins, double-teamed to the top of the key. Jenkins rolls around, inside baseline. Paul Reed, reverse underhand layup for the 2 points. What a play by Paul Reed. He looked like Jordan out there. Buzelis with a huge three, 122-113. Ron Holland inbounds the pass. He's going to get fouled by Okoro on Javonte Green. Pistons 122, Bulls 113. Paul Reed originally went up for the dunk. Underhanded layup, under the basket, reverse layup, and gets it to go. Paul Reed has been phenomenal in this game for the Pistons. 122-113. 54 seconds left to play in the game. Javonte Green's at the free throw line. Paul Reed, 28 points, 12 boards, 4 steals, 6 assists. He is playing phenomenal tonight. This is our third string center, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Reed is our third string center, and he's playing phenomenal. He's not playing like a third string center. Javonte Green, first free throw on the way is up and good. 123-113 Pistons. We're getting down to the end of the wire here. What a freaking game for the Pistons. 54 seconds left to play. Javonte Green, second free throw up and good for the Pistons. 124-113. Bulls coming back the other way. 50 seconds left in the game. Fourth quarter for the Bulls. Patrick Williams for three. No good. Buzelis almost had the rebound. Back outside. Saved by Okoro. It's going to be off the Pistons. Bulls down 11. 40 seconds left to play in the game. My stream's a little bit behind. I just checked the box score, and it looks like the Pistons are going to take care of business. 124-113. Bulls aren't going to try. Pistons are going to run out this clock. And it looks like the Pistons are going to go to 10-2 on the season. Stay with the number one team in the East. We got the 76ers on Friday night, and that is all she wrote. What a win for the Pistons. Depleted horrendously on their team, missing their entire starting five, and they find a way to win this basketball game. 124-113, the buzzer sounds, and that is all she wrote, man. Pistons win, huge against the Bulls. That's awesome to see for chemistry-wise. Duncan Robinson had a great game. B-ball, Paul Reed played phenomenal. Guys off the bench. Love to see it, man. Paul Reed, leading scorer, 28 points for the Pistons tonight. Paul Reed, 28, 13-6. He got a couple steals along the way. That's 8 wins in a row for the Detroit Pistons. Unbelievable. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. That's all I got for you guys tonight. Have a good one. God bless. I will see you guys on the next live stream. God is great. See you guys next time.